Thank you, everybody. Joining the Sandwichard experience tonight. My name is Richard Sandwichard, and you are looking beautiful, you're looking wonderful, you're looking fantastic. You're looking, acting, smelling, feeling fantastic, and things are only going to get better. We're playing Final Fantasy XIV Online. And I wanted to talk about something before we got started. In my group chat with Mods Lame and Steel, friends and friend of the show, Lame and Steel, we were talking about red watermelon, or sorry, we were talking about why... We were talking about why this exists, and I'll put it on the stream in a second, hang on. Have you ever seen oh, it's gigantic. Oh, it's gigantic. Have you ever seen yellow watermelon? Yellow watermelon. I'm just gonna leave that there. It's gonna be behind most of this other stuff. It looks like pineapple. Well, it tastes like watermelon.
It's like it just never ripened.
No, that's not what it is. So, yellow watermelon exists as regular red watermelon does. Red watermelon gets its color from something called lycopene, which is a plant pigment, an antioxidant that is also present in tomatoes, which is why tomatoes are red. Lycopene is one of the things that make watermelon a superfood, but it's not the only one. But yellow watermelon doesn't have lycopene, but it has beta-carotene instead. And beta-carotene is what gives potatoes and carrots that color. So these are just lacking one specific chemical to make them one color when they have a separate one. And apparently, they came from Sudan. Lame said in the group chat that Sudanese farmers cultivated the first watermelons, and they traveled out from there. And I couldn't help but saying, I'm sorry, but Sudanese nuts.
You're my friend.
You gotta tell a long, rambling story that doesn't go anywhere in order to make it actually worth. I don't know if it was good. Steel's eating it.
I'm not sure it was worth it.
That's really funny. Come into the bit, baby. Matt, how you doing tonight?
It was barely a bit.
People with a strawberry allergy can eat white strawberries. They like the enzyme that they lack. Oh, so it... Okay. It's something with the pigment and how the enzyme works then, I guess? Within the pigment?
People are more allergic to green and red pigments than they are
any others.
So the Pikmin 4 demo dropped today, I just remembered.
Did it drop today?
Yeah, I was actually watching a guy playing it earlier.
Yeah? How'd it look? I mean, it's Pikmin.
He's actually playing right now. It actually looks really cool. Looks like
Pikmin.
I mean, one of the levels you start at is the inside of a house,
Science.
so that's cool.
Hold on. Wait. Inhabited?
No, still there's nobody there.
It's still abandoned, but it's a house.
It's still abandoned, but it's an actual house.
Like a person-sized house.
Yes, like a human-sized house.
Okay, that kind of rough.
Running around on.
I don't think they've hit that yet. Like they've always said, "Oh, we're tiny." They do it. Like this is the first time.
It's always been outdoor areas.
Well, that's very cool.
So yeah, this is the first time they've actually rendered and put you into a house.
I can appreciate that.
Sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
Remembering there is a cave system in 2 that has something similar to the inside of a house.
Okay.
It's not exactly, but you know.
Regardless, we bought a zoo. You had a resident at work who was allergic to banana and avocado, so that's yellow. And then that's also avocado, which is green. Balrog, thank you for tuning into the Sandwichard experience. I hit my button and it didn't go off.
A lot of people named Lotus here. What the hell?
In
Gridon. on you. Hold on.
Oh yeah? Oh, I'm thinking having mic problems again.
They're just sitting on the floor.
They're just sitting on the floor?
Yeah, here, I post a picture in Gen Chat. They're just kind of sitting there. Just there.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Kinda weird.
Hold on, where's that on login?
This is Gridania.
In Gridania.
Like, literally like 10 meters from the Aetheryte.
So we're doing the Manderville quest line stuff tonight for Final Fantasy.
We are.
That's not what I need. I need Authenticator to get my one-time password.
You don't need the one-time
It
password.
won't let me log in without it. I have tried.
That's stupid.
I know. It won't let me log in without it now.
He did it once and then now we'll let him not.
The way you got that watermelon, the slices look like Luma from Mario. Oh yeah. I'm gonna send that over to the group chat. I don't think Steel's watching right now.
I'll be right back, actually.
Okie dokie.
Sudanese nuts.
Hey.
It's pretty funny. Let's go and play this Final Fantasy video game, why don't we? That one's from Metal Gear. That was display capture. That's not what I want. I want game capture for Final Fantasy XIV. I don't want display capture. Thank you. Excellent. Right, my button's still not working.
What button's not working? Oh dear.
Check 2. Am I coming through properly? I'm coming in so clear it scared you. I'm sorry. I did some extra tuning the other day. That's cool. Well, that's good that I sound good. Crisp. Yeah, there's some compression and stuff. I had to fix a little bit. I want to do something else.
At least you don't sound crunchy.
At least I don't sound crunchy. I'd like my soundboard to work, though. Oh, it's an issue with the Stream Deck. Love that. I have no idea what's going on. Hold on, this is Stormblood cutscene stuff. Yeah, install this update from my Stream Deck. It makes 2 of you. It makes 2 of you that have no idea what's going on. I agree. I have no idea what's going on.
Same.
Was that Ida? Wait, was that Ida?
are you doing?
Sorry, I was doing something on my computer and I was watching the opening cutscene behind me. Was that Ida? You're saying nothing? Okay. I mean, it's not Ida. Okay. Interesting. It'd be ignore. I'll ignore it. It's fine. We'll see. Stop watching the spoilers. I mean, Ida's not the only monk that exists in the world. I'm just the only monk that seemed important. Yeah, I don't know who this is either.
The only important monkey.
Yeah, let me cancel this. He's anime? I'm sorry that he's anime. When I see that guy in a trailer, it's... This is me? This is Richard. I got my buttons back. Alright, we can actually play this dang old video. Oh, birds! We can actually play this dang old video game now. Let's start. Final Fantasy 14.
Fantasy.
A new beginning. A realm oh, I forgot I was dressed in good dragoon stuff now. Yeah. I got 1 veteran rank reward. I don't know what that means. Can I dye my armor? Will it let me dye my armor?
Yeah, it does.
I can get purple dragoon armor?
Yeah, I could give you my purple dye.
I want purple dragoon armor. I'm gonna get purple dragoon armor. I'm not sure if you can dye this one. We'll see. I don't care. We'll see.
It lets you preview it with the dye if it does let you.
Yeah. Oh, will it? Okay.
Yeah.
Close all these out. Okay. So before I was just flying around because I wasn't sure what I was doing or where I was going because I was just having fun flying around. No. I got the crap scared out of me. Hello, Mother. Thank you for tuning into the Sandwichard experience. My name is Richard Sandwichard, and you are my mother.
Hello, Mother.
I'm your son.
Hello, Father.
Please ticks mosquitoes. Really, bother?
It's a totally different song that you're singing.
It's a song about canine advantics.
Yes, I'm thinking with the actual one.
I've run into my friend, Creonese FFXIV. I still got my chocobo. Nice. We're playing Final Fantasy 14. White Woman Wednesday. It's Thursday. Or is White Woman Wednesday any day that there's a lot of white women? Matt, what are you going to do today if you can't accompany me on Menderville quests?
He stepped away. He's not going to answer right away.
Oh.
He said be right back.
Then that's not Matt. That's lame. Everybody's... I lose track of people's names so often.
It might still be Matt.
Well, then why is there running around happening if Matt's gone?
Oh. No, that's not.
Exactly. I gotta learn characters. I really have to learn these names. These characters are really important to people. Everybody's just starts with C and I get confused because they all play different classes.
Yep.
And they all play some of the same classes.
And Matt also has a character with funny ears.
And Matt also has a character with funny ears. It's funny. I do like the plurple though.
Well, you gotta go to Wicked Sands, just like...
I gotta go to the Waking Sands
Awakening Sand.
for the
Yes.
quest line.
Yeah.
I'm in the Waking Sands now.
What is your next quest?
Can you move your mic back like 15%? You're just blowing into it a little bit. That's a little too much. Try now.
Hello.
You sound beautiful. Can I pet my bird? I hope so.
Okay.
Yes! 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 We can pet the bird!
You didn't know you could pet your chocobo?
I didn't know I could pet my chocobo. Can I pet my rat?
Yes.
Well, that's not exactly the same.
Well, it's because your rat is very.
It's very low to the ground. Now you're not coming in. Maybe you gotta move that mic a little closer then. Ooh. Tin rat. Oh, tiny rat. Imagine if I had a tin rat. Where am I going? What is this quest called? No, the guy's in Ul'dah. I believe the guy's in Ul'dah.
For what?
For the Mandeville quest line. Like he's like right outside here and to the left. Yeah, don't let the tin rat out in the rain. The tin rat out in the rain will rust. The tin rat rusts. That's a bad time. This is Wymond, apparently. The quest is for the rise and fall of gentlemen.
So it's an Ul'dah?
That's where I have it.
Oh,
Right off the steps.
okay. Am coming.
I love you.
Do you?
I do.
I completely forgot I left my mic muted.
Oh, so it was you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was me. I just completely forgot I muted my mic.
I was confused.
Silly Billy.
Like, I was trying to tell you things, but I'm like, why isn't they listening? I'm like, oh.
So it's
Walker's not listening.
it's still the rise and fall of gentlemen we're looking for. I do believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is the one you're looking for. Then you have to go to Camp Dry Bones. And go to the cemetery. I believe.
I hear you've been busy as a bee, Richard. Seems half the whispers what come my way related to your comings and goings.
Come.
Ings and goings.
Great.
Been the active one you are. I reckon you'd be interested in investigating some queer rumors, am I right? Baby, I'm always down for some queer rumors.
Going to Camp Dry Bone.
For some queer rumors. Before that, let me ask, ever heard of a man named Hildebrand? Hildebrand. No. Oh, I have to say yes or no. To hear him tell it, he was Eorzea's greatest and most famous inspector. Inspector? Still, can't say I'm surprised you don't know him. To his credit, Hildebrand and his assistant had a knack for showing up when something shady was afoot. As for sussing up the culprits, well, he had his moments, though I hesitate to give him sole credit. Any road, 5 years ago, he gets it in his head that he's cracked the code of the Messiah's 7th verse. Dalamud, the calamity, all of it can be stopped, he says, so long as he finds the hero of prophecy. And wouldn't you know it, the hero was Hildebrand himself. Okay, and this man made a casino. So he flies straight off towards Dalamud.
His dad owns the casino, actually.
Okay. 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 Okay, this is where this connection goes. I was like, how does this casino owner do? No, okay. This is a rich boy's son. Okay. So he flies off towards Dalamud. Yes, that's right, he flew. Launches himself straight into the air somehow. Ridiculous as it sounds. Of course, it's only logical that he got to come back down. Though, it was only recently that we found his body. I had reason for bringing this up. Alright, so Nashu, Hildebrand's erstwhile assistant, has since become an inspector in her own right. At present, she's investigating the queer rumors I mentioned earlier. Buddy, Wyman, you had me at queer rumors the first time, dude. She's a sweet lass.
Make sure you were extra hooked.
Yeah. So is he dead? A sweet lass, but a bit daft, but sweet nonetheless. So when I hear she's at wit's end, I want to help. Thing is, I prefer to meddle in the affairs of the living. Zombies are most certainly not my forte. So if you're willing, I'd be grateful if you'd lend her a hand. As for where to find her, she's like to visit Hildebrand's grave in the Lich Yard when she's frustrated. Try looking for her there first. What?
What?
What is this going to be? Hold on, hold on. I only want this on my board right now. Hold on.
Gotta hide everything else.
I'm hiding everything else right now. I only want that. I don't even want Relic Reborn on there, but like, it's fine.
Just hide it.
Because we'll do it at some point. All right.
It will take a long time for you, by the way.
The Mandeville quest line?
No, the relic quests.
Oh, okay.
That's why we have friends to
A
help.
lot, and there is one part in which I cannot help you with.
Oh. Can you pass me the water, dear?
I just took it out.
So I have a question for you. How many Grand Company seals can you hold right now?
I don't know. How do I check that?
You go to the little gill thing at the bottom. Or wherever, and then go to common.
10,000?
Battle right now. Go to common. Yeah. So, in order to get through one of the quest lines to get further on the railway company, you need to be, I believe, a higher rank in your Grand Company. So I think like a first lieutenant or something, and you need 80,000 credits.
How do you get sealed?
Huh?
How do you get
How do
more?
you get more sealed?
You rank up in your
So you have to do company stuff in order to...
yes.
Never mind.
It's not worth it.
It's aesthetic. I don't care. Oh, if you were only still alive, Inspector, you'd know how to stop these zombies. So he was an inspector?
Hey, I was waiting for you at the damn dry bone thingy so we could go together.
Ah, you there? Could it be? I didn't know you were there. I thought you were there already.
I told you I was waiting for you
Okay,
there.
I'm sorry. You can go over there. I'm still going to read the cutscene, though.
I'm gonna punch you.
What are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nashu, Agent of Inquiries, Extraordinary Inspector. At least that's what I'm trying to be.
Best girl, by
It's
the way.
not as quite as easy as he made it look. Inspector Hildebrand was a great man, a real Eorzean hero. We traveled the world, me and him, solving cases and thwarting evil. No matter the mystery, you could always count on the Inspector to solve it with grace and style. But then the final case, the case of the century, he called it. How to stop the Red Moon from destroying the world. To save us all, he flew into the sky, and all I could do was... No, wait, seriously? He flew into the sky? He came back down...
Explain, don't worry.
He
It'll all
flew...
get explained.
What the fuck?
Don't worry, it'll all get explained.
This one guy saved
By the
the
way,
world.
Here comes the flashback.
This is all a joke. A big funny joke, right, Inspector? Any moment now, you'll burst out of the ground and shout, "Surprise, had you fooled, huh?" And we'll laugh and we'll laugh.
Balrog, stop the spoilers!
Well, I assume this is
Let
a,
him find out. Let him find out for himself.
I assume this is a Hercule situation, the way that they're talking about it. They say no one remembers the warriors of light, and their names, their faces, all gone forever. But I'll remember you, Inspector. No, gentleman hero
accurate.
Hildebrand.
That is actually accurate. Nobody remembers the faces of the original heroes of light from 1.0.
It's because you can't make them anymore. I can never be the hero you were, but I'll do my best to try. So wait, if he's dead... Wait, hold on. Did she just put on his clothes?
Well, some clothes.
I, Nashu, Inspector Extraordinaire, will save the day. So I told myself, well, Nashu, there must be a leader. A head zombie who tells the rest what to do. Therefore, all we need to do is kill him again. Again, that is. Unfortunately, I don't know where he is or how to find him. Now that you're here, my faithful assistant, you can try the one good idea I've come up with so far. If you go to where the dapper zombies were less...
So this is the thing I can help you with, because this is technically a fate that we
The
have to do
dapper
now.
zombies were last seen in southern Thanalan. You might find them, and then you could you become their friend and ask to meet their leader. That's sure to work.
Yes, so this is the fate portion of this quest.
There are...
It's actually on right now.
Hold on, I don't know where...
Don't worry, you're in the right spot. Just follow me.
No,
Follow
that's
the blue dot.
that's fine. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm curious about how... Like, I don't... It's zombies. But they're dapper zombies?
You'll understand when you get here.
I'll understand when I get there.
You know you could just flown over the roof, right?
I tried to and it wouldn't let me.
You can fly over the mountain.
It didn't let me.
It's not letting me
You're
fly
going the
over
wrong.
either.
You went the wrong way. That's why.
Ah. Well, I gotta learn all these
Now,
routes.
Notice how these zombies are posing in a rather peculiar fashion.
Oh, this is that dance. This is that dance that they do.
And now we have to kill them.
Oh, I know this song. Hello? I can't attack anything.
Because you have to level sync.
Oh.
Didn't mean to hit the tortoise.
That's fine. There's a lot of things here that you'll automatically get auto-lock to.
Yeah.
You're just dying. He has to jump on it.
By the way, we do have 4.5 minutes to finish this, by the way.
Okay. Wait, we have to do the whole time?
You have to keep... Okay, so there's a bar underneath the level sync there. You have to fill that up before time expires.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever done a fate before?
I don't think I've done a fate before.
Yeah, some of them are like this. They're all timed.
They
Some are longer than others.
they all seem to just end before I can do anything about it.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some like these which are just kill enemies. There's other ones that is kill a boss monster. Another one that collects supplies, that sort of thing. and that's it.
We've done it. Show the curious parchment to Nashu. Back to Camp Drybone.
Yep.
Why are there zombies?
It's explained, don't worry.
This is where I'm at right now. Okay, I can excuse everything else. Why are there zombies?
Don't worry, everything will be explained.
I know, but it just... That's where my brain's at right now. Why zombies? Alright, ready, dear?
Danny.
Alright. Did you find the zombies? You did. Well, that's wonderful. I've been busy too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me, you'll see. So tell me, what did you learn?
Nothing.
Hand over. So you weren't able to make new friends. That's a shame. But this parchment, this is a map of the Sandwichard Desert. There's a spot marked here in the south, and there's something written here. A gentleman is, rather than does. Sort of reminds me of, well, no matter. Let's see where this map takes us, assistant. Onward to the Sagoli.
It's this basically the place we just warped to before.
Great.
But now you have to move out into the desert.
Oh no.
Dessert.
There's only one S in desert. Because you don't want to go back for seconds.
That's what they say.
Actually, yeah, that's that was the mnemonic people used when I was a kid. Dessert has two S's because you go back for seconds.
Right.
I think that's cute for like a kid to learn the difference and how to spell that. Ah, the Fallen Wizard. And the Fallen Pikeman. Dessert is stressed, spelled backwards. Connor TV. And Blue Wanderer. Welcome to the Sandwichard Experience. What do you got going on? What do you got going on? They're playing Diablo 4. I heard it's good.
No, that's Hearthstone.
In the clip, it's Hearthstone.
Oh, but he was playing Diablo.
Yeah. This is Hearthstone. I don't understand Hearthstone. Card games aren't my thing unless they're inscription. I could probably learn it based on that concept. For a second, I saw that moving behind me, and it scared me because I thought it was in my own background.
Oh, my chocobo?
Yeah. And also there's one for Blue Wanderer. I saw Blue.
Okay.
There's an old clip. Play more Hearthstone. And then that's Blue. Blue's playing Destiny 2. Tomorrow we're playing Destiny 2 with Blue. Blue is warming up playing some Destiny.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I was trying to press the button.
Oh, you hit it. You hurt the poor thing. I don't even know what that is that you hit. Let's talk to Nashu. We're going to be playing Destiny 2 with Blue, and it's Drizzle 007 tomorrow, actually. Come join us. It's going to be a good time. It's my first collaboration. I'm very excited for it. I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy, though. I say we call out to them and let them know we come in peace. And when the leader shows himself, we strike. I will go whither the wild rose blooms. Or a gentleman is, rather than does.
I mean, that was the code phrase, though.
Who summons the gentle dead man? The gentle dead men? They live. They live, and we hunger.
Hey, for it.
I know I'm surrounded. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. Hold the fucking phone. This guy is just, he's been alive the whole time. He's a zombie now. There's a pinata humping. No, he's got his like Pokemon animation. Spare this fine gentleman and fair lady. Oh my god, he is a fucking like zombie.
What is this quest?
Or I could hear and obey. Here, I'll move Jackass out of the way, but he's still gonna watch. This is Jackass, by the way. Hey, Wario butt stomped his way down. It is you. I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildebrand. Who's this Hildebrand you speak? My name is Zombie Brand, Devourer of Brains, Undead Overlord Extraordinaire. What are you saying? You're not an Undead Overlord, you're a Gentleman Inspector. Ugh. Inspector, Overlord, Inspector, Overlord. Inspector, you're confused us all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense down of the noggin of yours.
With bombs!
With bombs? Okay, that'll just kill him, though. This is Tom and Jerry.
See?
It's gonna liquefy him. This is Tom and Jerry, isn't this?
Just wait.
I'll save you or kill you trying. Even if there's a possibility, this plan will result in my death. Oh. Oh.
Get to see his nutsack.
Get a screen cap of this.
Look at that nutsack.
That beautiful nutsack. Normally I'd appreciate your ingenuity, but I prefer you found a more elegant solution. Inspector Hildebrand remembers me. Yeah, well, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I don't remember is how I came to be here. He needed concussive force to knock...
He needs a lot of concussive force, don't worry.
He's really just an idiot, huh?
Yes.
I thought I was a zombie because I guess I died. I had a funeral. I guess I died. Like...
Just give it a second.
So I'm a little bit ahead of Richard since it's so cool.
It's the best.
There's one every expansion.
Except for Shadowbringers.
Oh.
There is one for...
They live!
Yeah, there's this one, there's one in Heavensward, there's one in Stormblood, and now there's the next one in Endwalker.
So these are pretty good length then too?
They're a fairly decent length.
This is gonna be like a two-hour thing, huh? What a wonderful dream.
Yeah, probably.
I slew a dragon and he even thinks he slew the dragon. He thinks he killed Bahamut.
Yeah.
What is this place and who am I? And this is right after the collapse, right? So this, or whatever, this would be 5 years before now.
I don't know. They never really indicated what this time frame is. The zombies.
I guess I'm a zombie then. I'm sorry. But he doesn't have... He doesn't
welcome him into open arms.
He doesn't have the glowing.
They don't care. He popped out of a grave. That's enough for them.
They don't have brains to think about it. I'm gonna get that pose very soon. I knew you'd come back to us. Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. He doesn't even know it was Bahamut.
Yeah, again, he's not that smart.
Maybe
He's a
one
lovable goof.
of my admirer. What is this? Tingling sensation in my arm. The ringing in my ears is dizziness. Could it be a case? A case? This
Also,
guy's a
hilariously
case.
enough, you get a phoenix down for this quest.
Can I use it on myself, or does it have to be used on somebody else?
You cannot use it on yourself. You have to be used. It has to be used on someone else.
Okay. How common are Phoenix Downs?
You can buy them off of the market board, so they're not super uncommon. But you will very rarely find a situation you're in where you will need one.
A mild concussion will not sway Inspector Hildebrand from his true calling. Verily,
Blown up will stop it?
it could be naught else. Somewhere nearby, dastardly doings are afoot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat, aha! Out of the Sagoli Desert. I'd bet my life on it. Which means Uldar is but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that den of inequity could so violently trigger my keen investigator's sense. Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildebrand shall soon deliver you from evil.
Take my teleport.
Thank you for the teleport. This guy's almost dead. He's just wearing regular clothes. Just regular ass clothes. Yeah, just regular
he probably
clothing.
Respawned, actually. And
No.
he's probably glamored.
Yeah, he's just wearing regular ass clothes.
He either respawned or he swapped class.
Question.
I think he might have just swapped to his class because he's a paladin. He's probably like a gatherer or a crafter. or something.
Agnes. I beg your pardon. You wish to question me as to the whereabouts of the deviant running around town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mithril Eye? I do not consort with perverts. This guy's rich enough that everybody can and probably does know his name, and everybody just thinks he's an idiot.
Yeah, for some reason, the people don't exactly know who Hildebrand is.
Like, the casino just doesn't exist for poor people, I guess.
I guess.
Tayo? Oh, that Tayo didn't fire. I don't know why.
Yeah, Freddy didn't go off either earlier. Oh, right. As I was trying to tell you when my mic was muted, that armor set you're wearing is undieable.
Okay. And there was a Freddy earlier that also didn't happen.
Yeah,
Oh, hey,
there was a
Freddy.
Freddy.
At this point of the patch cycle, the gold saucer wasn't in the game. Okay. Okay. Talking to Silver Niddle. What? You're looking for a half-naked Highlander who likes to catch criminals? I think I'd remember a thing like that. Yeah, you did one? There's a Freddy. I'm sorry, the Freddy didn't exist before. If you do manage to find this Inspector friend of yours, tell him to do something about that God's damned duelist. Me mate Pa's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade to that the other day to that bastard. Yeah, the hearsay. What a guy, this Hildebrand Vanderbilt. His name is even ridiculous. Sorry, lad. If it's information you want, it's best served by going to Wymond. I have to go back to Wymond? The only rumors I've heard are about the weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist or so I hear. But when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... Seems like there actually may be a case here. Some duelist challenging people in the street? They don't get to say no? Interesting.
Yes, this is going to interest.
I take it you've dealt with the zombie problem. So tell me why you were dressing up like dandies. Hey, Wyman! The almighty bugger with a bleeding spear. The dead have risen and they're talking. No need for the melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. It's true he's not a zombie. I checked. How'd you check? You do seem to be hale and hearty, which begs the question, how in the seven hells did you survive that fall? What question, or why question divine providence? What matters is that Eorzeus champion has returned, and I, shall bring the thieving duelist to justice. Heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of that fellow's current whereabouts. Inconceivable. I refuse to believe the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wyman is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious reference. Well, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden would set her most. The knave assaulted a young woman as well. The audacity. I should fly to her side. If it isn't the gentleman from the Sagoli. A serendipitous encounter indeed, unless you too seek the belligerent bad guy. Capital. It'd be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away. If these text boxes lasted a little longer. Can I change that? Can I change the timing? I need them to be a little longer.
I think so.
System configuration. Sound, graphics, mouse, graphics? Theme. Accessibility.
Charlie, stop it.
Might be in my... Oh, I was in this. Shit.
Stop moving my box.
UI, display name. Okay. Log notification sounds. For log window. Huh.
I think there's something you can do in the middle of a cutscene, but I don't remember.
Pressing the space bar during cutscene will toggle text auto advance on or off. Oh yeah, if I hit Shift Tab, it'll turn text up and down or something too, right? After her own heart? Yes. Well, Richard, if you don't go after him, he'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. She's a woman with taste for the finer things in life. Safe to say you'll be getting her fitted for something in the Weaver's Guild most every day. Good luck with the Inspector. I don't know where this is.
You can fast travel to the guild.
I can.
Go to the Aetherite.
Yes, if I go to the Weaver's Guild. What do they weave?
Clothes.
Is that true, Matt?
Yes.
That's how they... Is that how you do your aesthetic stuff?
One of the ways, yes.
Weaver's Guild. Hildebrand has...
It allows you to just make clothes in general.
Hildebrand has my voice. Like, I like the voice I'm using for Hildebrand. There's Yellow Moon. Wow. Look at them thigh highs. Hi, Yellow Moon. Oh my god. Yes, there we go. My pure beloved heart was unlike any wand I've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You'll bring it back to me, won't you? A priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrow to his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause? Oh, what in the world? I swear to you here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall scour all creation, from deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for your pure heart. What he said.
Hello, Mog.
Hi, Mog. And you, my fellow servant to justice. I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. And now, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft? Theft, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain I had it when I was home the other day. After I browsed the latest fashions at Sunsilk and took a match in the Colosseum, I realized it was gone. And so the time and location of the theft are unknown. Essential details without which we cannot solve the case. There is one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories, we shall reenact that fateful day's excursion. 2 Sunsilk tapestries. He's off.
Are you reading? Was that Manderville?
That was Hildebrand.
Okay.
Every time I do Hildebrand Manderville, it's gonna be that voice.
Awesome.
Oh man.
I can't remember. I think you're on the case where the other guy comes in, the elf.
Well, don't spoil it.
Yeah, it's. Well, he's basically the foil.
The side
in this
piece.
case.
He's
Mm.
great. No spoilers though.
So
No spoilers though.
So you have this guy coming in on this case. You have a different guy on the Heaven's Word case, and it changes every expansion.
Interesting. Well, we'll talk to Manderville in a second, which is going to make me play an ad in like a minute, and I'm just going to push that off. Don't go anywhere. You touch that dial, you will not smile. We'll be back in the Sandwichard experience very shortly. I'm going to grab myself a drink. Make sure you also grab a drink. Go to the bathroom, pet your dog, tell a loved one that you loved one, give a kiss to your significant other if you have one, and we'll be right back here in the Sandwichard experience. We love you. We'd hate to see you leave. Come join us again. Don't leave. I'll kill. Are the crystal gems?
Weed.
Every day smoke weed. Weed smoke weed every day. We're back here at the Sandwichard experience. I see Snowpanthera. Snowpanther A. Snowpanthera. Snowpanthera. I'll call you Snow for now. Snow, thank you for tuning into the Sandwichard experience. We're playing the Hildebrand Mandeville quest lines.
Oh, someone's having a wedding.
Someone's having a wedding? 50 sub goal. My wife and I will get married in Final Fantasy XIV.
In games.
In game. You want to see my dogs? Okay.
Requested to see your dogs, sir.
Hang on. I will do this very quickly. Everybody can see my wonderful babies.
Sort of.
Come here. Panthera. Latin for leopard, yeah. You're here because of Mog? Thank you, Mog. Oh, well, you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna see Freddy over the dogs. I think,
Man. Keeping Freddy.
How could you?
Right?
Gatekeeping Freddy.
Keeping Freddy.
fixed him. I fixed
There
I
you go.
fixed Freddy.
There he is.
I fixed him. Those shorts do not match? No. These are great. Kendra, do you like this outfit I have on with the orange shorts and the blue shirt? Or do you not like
They
it?
match the color
Do
of
you?
the lobsters.
I don't know if you're speaking into the Discord or not right now.
I like your outfit.
Thank you. See, somebody likes my outfit. Gabo. I can put my cans on, I can sit down here and I can listen to people. My god. The shorts color matches the lobsters. Not exactly, but it still has enough in there, you know, to actually do that. It shares enough of visual similarity that it works. Especially since these are two of the same kind of like tone. They're going to work together pairing because the colors will match. They're still within pastel, so they're going to be working. It's a great summer outfit. It's functional, fashionable, stylish. You can't see my face, but I think that's fine. Hello. Close enough. Thank you for making me sit with my dogs for a second there, Mum. Mims. You have Elden Ring PTSD because of the lobsters? Look, I was magic, so I just get to take them out from afar. That rock sling, that spell. That did a lot of heavy lifting during my playthrough. Or is Freya? I don't know.
Did
Hang
you
on.
ever get the Mega Death Laser spell?
Yes, I used it constantly. Here's baby.
Can you not?
No, they can't. There's baby. I used not only that spell, but also the Sword of Night and Flame, which is my favorite weapon in the game anyway. That does fire, and then also the big laser for Common Azure. So
Wow.
they did, and then they unnerfed it, and now it's good again. So when I do my eventual Elden Ring playthrough, or at least for the DLC when it comes out, because I will be playing that on stream, I'm going to be using that, and I hope you like it. Your strength user, Unga Bunga. See, I tried that, and I didn't like how the great swords felt in Elden Ring, which is weird, but they didn't have the same weight, which is weird. I was going to compare it to other Souls games. It doesn't feel like it has the same weight as other Souls games, which doesn't make sense, but it just did. I don't know what it is.
I think I was a Dex user.
Eventually.
Samurai.
I tell you what I did eventually. I spec'd into having enough points because I was like damn near level like 250 or whatever by the end of it. I spec'd into intelligence and dex so that I can right and left hand wield Melania's katana and the Sword of Night and Flame.
Damn.
And then switch to cast. I was busted. Hi Vivina Dalmasca.
Hi.
Oh, it's Mog. Hi Mog.
That's me.
Oh, you healed me. Thank you. Unga bunga.
No, I'm pretty sure he just used.
More unga.
I use Super Bowl-eyed.
Yeah.
Used what?
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl-eyed.
That grants you regen though.
Super ball-eyed.
It's the invuln for Gunbreaker.
Let's just Yellow Moon. Just like her whole aesthetic, her outfit, her hair. Like she's got a scar on her eye. Literally like a perfect like woman over here.
woman.
Look at this. She's got thigh highs on.
I can't look at it. She's not there for me.
Well, you can look at my screen.
Well, yeah.
She'll never exist again, but this is the wife. The video game wife that will never exist. You don't have a subscription at the moment? I'm sorry. There's the games I've been playing recently are all games that make people want to play those games again. We're playing New Vegas, which has gotten a bunch of my friends to play New Vegas. We're playing Metal Gear, which has gotten some another person or two to play Metal Gear. We're playing 14 with friends, and I've gotten other people to come back to playing 14. Like, and then tomorrow we're playing Destiny too.
You got me to play
Red Dead.
Fallout New Vegas again.
Yeah, and oh yeah, that too.
I'm always playing it too.
Like,
Follow Nugas.
love that game. Are you sure this is going to help? Well, I hope so. Come on, Hildy.
I don't like Hildebrand.
Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question? Nothing unusual happened, but if you insist, I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. His name was Hildebrand. What sort of man says that to a complete stranger, I ask? Well, I mean, I did it literally 2 minutes ago. Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse in shock, but not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled. If I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember. Please give us a visual.
Yes.
Oh no, we have to walk through, that's right. Oh, it's only just down the hall, so it's fine.
It's not here.
You think you started somewhere just after the start of Shadowbringers? This is my first time through AR. We just finished ARR a couple weeks ago. And like we're working through Hildebrand stuff as a victory lap before we get into the pre-Heavensward stuff, and then we're going to run Heavensward. So I haven't even seen Shadowbringers anything yet.
Award-winning expansion.
Sorry, yes,
Heavensward.
the award-winning expansion Heavensward, yes.
Yeah, I don't even have the Shadowbringers expansion either. So.
I don't even have that. Like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt the gambling that day and was debating which match to observe. Good night, Mother. Thank you for joining the Sandwichard experience tonight. When a gladiator, everybody say bye, Mom. When a gladiator approached me from chat and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled and struck the man in the face with my purse. In shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 6 score ponces, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious.
Ounce, by the way.
Yeah, that's a 6 score is a lot of weight.
Yeah, that's like what, 600?
That's 120 ponces. Yeah, you're a remarkably strong woman. A score is about 20. Or it is 20, which is precisely why we were targeted. Oh, it was so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion. There sure are a lot of giant crates in Ul'dah. At the Weavers Guild, at Sunsilk Tapestries, and here, too. Yeah, Nash, you point out an insignificant detail.
Yeah, clearly.
I like her cute little, like, sweater, and I can walk through these crates. Because they don't exist in the real game.
Yeah, no, they're just props for this side quest.
Okay. I was gonna say, I like her cute little, like, boots and, like, poncho, but... The crates were everywhere, Richard. I wonder what's inside, but I don't see how we can't open them. They're not real. I still have plenty of explosives. Why don't you try? It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's just, you know, casual terrorism.
Nashu's
tornado.
still just blow up all your problems. I'm starting to see why they don't get anything done. Many cope with grief by taking up new pursuits, such as travel or exercise. Nashu chose to study explosives.
Yeah.
She's got her priorities straight, let me tell you.
They're called Nashu's Delight.
Who are these strangely hooded, garmented men?
Perspiring man.
He's feeling it. You okay, dude? You're really struggling there.
Andrew. Oh, it's me clipping through him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your bow is stabbing him in the back of the neck.
I
Yeah, bud.
also require you to, if you have a lot of poetics, tombstones of poetics, to purchase the augmented ironworks equipment, because it's probably the best gear you're gonna get from 50 to like 55.
I only have 180.
It's the best level 50 gear, yeah.
I only have 180.
Yeah, so
I love my bow.
yeah.
I don't remember even how to collect those things though.
They're just you just get them on like
At the heart of every crime rests a single unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions.
Oh.
Hearken to me now, for as the shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and a man. Representing her prowess while recognizing his weakness, he carries about a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the pure heart. Inspector, we found the pure heart. These strange men sneaking around town and the woman crates at it. Come on! It's not what you think. We're not thieves, we're devotees. Oh my god, we want to kiss her toes.
yeah, that's not far off from the truth.
Deviants were behind all the thefts. All this time you've been stalking me. What nerve.
Richard.
Such... Yes.
Don't do that to the coaster. Stop it.
It's spinning. Such unbridled fury. Such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment. Goddess? Devotees? Ha! But of course. That I had you inspect those crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago, those fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts, as those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile.
Is it the boy?
Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victims' weapons after defeating them in a single combat. If your powers of observation were as great as you claim, you would have deduced those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name is Ellie, from the Eye, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildebrand, a gentleman investor and agent of enquiry, I presume. You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist's victims? I'll introduce you. With pleasure. You would be willing to share such precious information with me. Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship. Yes, very good. The name of the man is... where in the bloody hells do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet. But somehow he...
Again, he's not smart.
But he ends up where he has to be.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Your weapon is dog shit, so I'm getting you another one.
Oh, thank you. How do you know if my weapon's dog shit?
Because it's level 47 and you're level 52.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Update gear set list. How do I unsheath my weapon again?
Z. There you go. Yeah, it's a Moogle. Yeah, it's the Moogle one.
There you go.
It's a fork.
It's a fork.
I'm okay with this. shout out for Mog for getting me a Moogle fork.
What other fork am I supposed to get you?
I'll leave it as a sandwich on it, I guess.
Yeah, it makes Moogle noises.
Yeah, it makes me noise.
great. The Moogle weapons are great.
That's really cool. It's fitting the rest of it. Okay, so we're going off to Camp Drybone. Oh, we got to talk to Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie and then Dry Bones, I believe.
Having no other recourse, Ellie would instead tell you the identity of the victim. I suppose, since the imbecile's friend, you intend to help him. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, a good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. I wonder what will happen when he discovers the victim is the perpetrator as well. Excuse me?
Don't worry. Let's explain.
Interesting concept. Also, thank you very much, Mog. Everybody's been super generous in terms of this game, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Can I turn it into a glamour and use it forever, or will it stop after a certain
Yes.
point?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah! I might do
I
that.
mean, you have to reapply it every time you change your weapon, but
It's worth
yes,
it.
you get it forever.
I mean, my Dragoon Lance is glamored like that, so...
Are you on Humphrey?
Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead of you.
You haven't had a cutscene yet?
I have. I've just been skipping.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry, not skipping. Not paying attention.
Hi, I'm Humphrey, and you are. At last I've caught up with you. You there, good sir. I'm told you're a victim of the marauding duelist. Me, a victim? Ha! How amusing. You amuse me. True, I was challenged by a duelist long ago, but where he thought to find a whelp. He found a warrior of light. I defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself. You mean you won? That's amazing. Well, it was nothing compared to what I faced at Cartoneau. Magic to the right of us, Magitech to the left of us. Stuck in the middle of Master Lou we were. Corey was a dab hand with the old magic he was. I tried to save him, of course, but there's a limit to how many giant beasties a man can... That is no warrior of light.
How did you know he was Irish?
I took a guess. Tell him, Elazar. Tell him how he lost and surrendered a sword that was not his own.
Oh my god, this guy. I love this guy.
Liar!
Oh, yeah.
Scoundrel!
I love it. Oh, Alizar.
I trusted that bastard with me father's blade, bid him take it to a smithy for restoration, even gave him gil to pay for it. Then he comes crawling back, sniveling and begging forgiveness for losing it in a duel, as if that's enough to set things right. Look at me, you bleeding horseman. Look at me. Me flowing golden locks are no more. I've gone bald from the stress and heartbreak. I swear to everything holy that you'll face a reckoning if you don't bring her back to me. Bald. He should have one hair, like a baby. All right. He beat the shite out of me and I took the old man's sword. I used the guild to pay the chirurgeon. The chirurgeon? Chirurgeon.
Just say surgeon.
The surgeon. To pay the chirurgeon. I have no idea where or the sword is. What am I supposed to do, eh? I can't give him what I don't have. Unless you help me find the sword. Well, that's what you do, right? Help people? Have you no shame? First you claim a legacy not your own, then you beg others to help you with problems of your own making? You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector? And what of Elazar's flowing golden locks? How will forsaking young Humphrey help find the man he has wronged? We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar. This guy anybody in their right mind would not involve themselves. Look, I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. Hello, Vinegar. And Lulu Lilo. Elazar's sword wasn't much to look at, but was at least authentic. More than a few collectors have been tricked into purchasing counterfeit relics. Lulu Lilo. Lalilu Lilo. That boy should be ashamed of himself. Robbing poor Elazar of a priceless family heirloom just goes to show you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. Thieves and tricksters, the lot of them. It may not be the most honorable solution, but mayhap you should consider giving Elazar a counterfeit blade. If the deception brings him peace in his final days, would it be so wrong? She's telling you to trick the old man. to make him die happier. Antique swords. I haven't the foggiest about that. The traveling merchant Jojonpa is the one you ought to speak with, assuming he hasn't left. I guess I gotta go talk to Jojonpa.
You know, for some reason I thought the blackjack would be bigger.
I know, right? Also, it doesn't even play the Final Fantasy VI music, it's just the generic mount music.
Well, that's because
This is generic now music.
The Magitech armor has the FF6 music.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean the other FF6.
Max Vivo,
music,
baby.
the actual blackjack.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I have no knowledge of an ancient sword, at least not one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, any wares I determine to be of dubious origins, I immediately discard into the spring east of Camp Drybone. Hold on, wait, he threw the sword into a spring? This is how King... Oh god. Although I have no swords for sale at present, I have disposed of a facsimile similar in design to the one you have described. This presents a quandary. Though I am loath to deceive an honourable man like Elazar, a well-intentioned ruse may put his heart at ease, thus spurring the rejuvenation of his flowing golden locks, whilst we continue to search for the genuine article. Well, if there's a sword in that spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the more convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk in Camp Drybone. Tisk tisk. You should endeavour to be more optimistic, Miss Ellie. Like me. I say we search the spring first before declaring all to be lost. You don't even know where it is. But somehow he just ends up everywhere he needs to be. Is it stupidity or is it intuition? Maybe it's Maybelline.
It's kind of both.
Graby, it's Maybelline. Doo-doo-doo. It's both. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I love Final Fantasy VI, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my favorite. It beats all the other ones. It really does. Except for Crystal Chronicles, that one's got a really special place in my heart.
I love Crystal Chronicles.
Crystal Chronicles is so good, dude.
Have fun at this section.
Have
Oh,
fun
yeah,
at
this
this.
is a fun part. This is a fun part.
You get to really know Hildebrand.
Delicious. It occurs to me that I am not fully yet recovered from my accumulated injuries. It would not be prudent to immerse my body in water. Not without first coating it with a liberal application of salamander oil, that is. Indeed, on many an occasion my dearest mother intended to my childhood scrapes just so. You understand the importance of physical rehabilitation, yes? Then you can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body. The body is but an instrument in occasional need of oiling. So come, my friends,
Come.
and oil me up.
You heard the man, oil him up.
Oil up the man.
Slick them up real good.
That man asked for oil. Oh, rub that salamander oil all over this man.
neck.
Ah, this comforting scent as though I am a child in her arms. Quickly now, before it dries, knead the oil into my aching flesh. Rub,
Massage.
rub. You take the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream, freeze it up cool, you can see it on your screen. Put it in your microwave, make it real hot, like a soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Very tasty and healthy too. Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. Thank you for redeeming Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream.
Oh.
The pain multiplies manifold. Gently now, gently. I just gotta keep rubbing this boy.
Also, it takes longer every time.
Oh gods,
Yeah, it takes
oh
longer.
gods,
The last one's the
oh
longest.
gods. Yes, at last, my muscles slacken and soften. The warmth spreads and the pain becomes pleasure. Rub that boy down.
Oil.
Oil can. Right there. He has to keep doing that just like that. Just, oh, yes. Now once more with feeling.
Really get in there.
Really get in there. Rub me down. Can I get a little closer so I
You
can...
interrupted the massage.
I think... Oh, let me kiss him. give me a kiss. Ah, never before have I received such splendid ministrations. Now then, into the spring. You as well, my good man.
Mog is just waiting so long or just starting to squat.
Oh, it's time to get into the spring? That's cool. Oh, I can't apply glamour here. Fuck.
No.
Search spring. I'm about to get demonetized. Oh, let me, yeah. I hope nobody uses that audio that I made for any reasons besides good ones. If I hear my voice in a porn animation, I at least want to get something out of it. Credit me at least. Muddy Pebble. Let me search that pebble. Is that Lucio?
What?
It like did music pulses.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
like Lucio from Grover Watch.
It's an endwalker mount.
Yeah.
I love it.
From one of the beast tribes.
What's it? A beast tribe man made it? What does it do?
That's all it does.
But what is it for?
You're on a party in the spring. Kill me.
You'll find out if you play endwalker. You'll find out if you ever play endwalker.
If I ever play Endwalker. No, we're doing the story content. We're gonna get it.
Bonus side content.
Yeah, that is side content. That takes a
I'm-
fairly long time.
I'm willing to do Manderville and interesting side content that like is meaningful and interesting. So like we're fine.
Well, to get that mount, you have to do Beast Tribe quests, which are
Oh
3
no.
per week, or 3 per day.
3 per day, and it's the rep grind basically.
That's right, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Kendra's did that a little bit.
What?
You've done some Beast Tribe stuff.
Yeah, I just have a really hard time remembering where they're all located, so I haven't done them yet.
Gotta min-max your brain there for it.
Mean man.
Beast
Mean
tribes
ma'am?
after Realm Reborn are a little better,
Yeah.
because in Realm Reborn they give less reputation, but there's more quests to do per day.
Mhm.
And
More variants or
every-
just more to do?
more quests, more repeatable quests to
Mhm.
do in one day, but they give less rep. And then from Heaven's Word onward, every quest gives 60 rep, and you get 3 a day.
Okay. Also, hello, Blue Wanderer. Thank you for coming in.
Here you go. You share.
Thank you. Thank you for water.
I was a nice guy. I appreciate your work. I got
Water.
the Polly seal of approval.
Blue water.
It's got the Dobby seal of approval.
All right, then we're
I did upgrade my getup. I'm wearing proper armor this time. My ass is actually covered now. I look great from every angle. I can't open my character menu because I'm in the middle of a dialogue, which I'm reading now. You've been productive. Excellent. May I see what you've found? Yeah, here's all of your garbage, dude. Why did the window do that like that? Also, Burgundy. Thank you for also tuning into the Sandwichard experience tonight. Where's my button for Burgundy? Right in the middle.
It's all of our besties. They're almost
Resident Evil 8.
While I'm doing this, because my heart feels like it's gonna beat out on
You're
my
doing it.
chest right now.
You're doing it.
Oh my god!
What a jump scare. I'm sorry. That was also very loud. But hi, Burgundy. And Blue. Blue and Burgundy here at the Sandwichard experience tonight. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you experienced this very weird side quest that we're doing in this interesting video game here. No sign of the sword Joan Pub mentioned, I see. Ah! Now I'm all wet. What was that anyway? Oh, the sword. Did something cause you to... Oh, you tripped over the obvious scimitar.
The fact that they didn't even pick up the sword.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Once again, my instincts have guided us to our quarry. Now that I had you search that section of the spring was a joke of... Inspector, it's bad for your health to conduct investigations on those clothes. I'll go to Old Daw and fetch you new ones. How thoughtful of you, Nashu. While you're there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Elazar as well. The newest, most potent blend you can find. He just needs to drink a Fantasia.
Yeah, just changed.
I know what that is now. I can make that joke.
You know what that is?
I did it. I know what that is. We got there. Is it not wonderful, my friend? Soon all of Elazar's woes will be no more. He'll have sword, he'll have hair, he'll be fine. Motherfucker needs to hydrate. Sip, sip, sip. Let us fly. Crash!
Fucking master sword.
Hold on. You're slightly ahead of me.
Sorry, I thought you were done in the spring. You guys were dicking around, so I thought you were just dicking around.
I was just getting out of the cutscene. If I'm reading stuff, I'm still doing it. Oh well. I'll see the Master Sword in about 30 seconds, probably.
It does look remarkably similar.
It is...
Look surprisingly
It is
similar,
also just a
yes.
common sword design.
Lots of people that do Link cosplays use that sword.
I can get the sword if I play the class with it. What uses the sword? I guess.
Yeah, Gladiator Paladin.
Okay.
Yeah.
As promised, I return to you your father's ancient blade. Ah, it is her. Every chip and scratch is just as I remember. God's bless ye, sir. I never expected you to go to such lengths for two strangers without thought of reward. Altruism is a rare trait these days. 'Tis common enough if you know where to look. A gentleman recognizes the good in every soul and understands that none deserve to be forsaken. Huh? Spoken like a true gentleman, though your garments beg to differ. Inspector, I bought you a change of clothing and a supply of tonic for the peddler I met in Pearl Lane. Excellent work, Nashu. Now, if you could just not drop the case in the 2 steps it'll take for you to get to me. Oh, thank God. Is this an assassin?
Let's give it a second.
Oh!
Card. In the head.
And bam! Jesus. Inspector Hildebrand? There appears to be something lodged in my forehead. Could it be a missive from an adoring admirer? Ah! Give me air! The author neglected to pen her name. I shall come to claim the collector's...
Tonics he's already
He's
used.
just dumping it on there. He wants it to grow real fast. Oh man, I hope it grows real fast. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Is that supposed to be flattering? No, it's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him. Oh! Oh! A challenge for me. Oh, at last.
The facial animations that these side quests are top notch.
The curtain rises. It looks like Source Filmmaker.
It's so good.
Very well. If I am to duel the duelist, I must dress for the occasion. Oh. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, accept your challenge. He's incredible. So bold, so majestic, just like a warrior of light. No, a gentleman of light. Let's give it up for Hildebrand Vanderbilt. He is exceptionally something.
Exceptionally bright.
Exceptionally bright. Core, Inspector Hildebrand, you look amazing. Oh, Jesus.
And he's got his hair back.
Did he have hair like that before?
Well, he was bald before.
What is that?
That is the stand-in they use to keep people mysteriously in the Aged Shadow.
Yeah. It's literally just a like completely black-skinned cure
With no hair.
with no hair.
Is this in only this storyline?
No,
That's
in all
every
of the
all the Hildebrand. They have
That's what I mean. Okay, that's what I mean. They're in those instead of like main story stuff. Because I was gonna say if it's main story stuff, that'd be awful.
Yeah, no, they're not in main stories. They're only used in the Hildebrand
Okay,
side. It's only
that-
used in the Hildebrand side.
That works. That works. That works.
Yeah.
Hildebrand.
He's a mysterious person. You're not supposed to know who he is yet.
I don't know who he is yet.
Yeah, exactly.
The actually that not just looks like the Master Sword. It also kind of looks like what's the Soul Calibur?
Soul Edge?
The Soul
Calibur?
Edge. Soul Calibur.
Also, can you guess who this gentleman is?
This is far from the
Boys.
strongest of swords.
It's him. Slash cheer.
What? Is this Gilgamesh?
I don't know. Why don't you?
Is that a good guess? This is far from the strongest of swords. Blue skies and rolling desert.
Kind of gray.
How much longer must I seek the blade of legend? He's a gunblade and a spear. Hold on, wait.
A gun spear.
It's a gun spear.
I like his walk animation.
Am I gonna fight some Gilgamesh on this?
Maybe.
Play it and find out.
Am I gonna fight Gilgamesh on this? Yeah.
Gotta play it and find out. And this is the best part.
Challenge accepted, my worthy opponent. You shall not claim the blade. With my, let us what to call it is, genius, I shall bring you to justice. Wait, you wish to duel with weapons, not wits? The bridge hardly seems appropriate for such an epic battle. Hildebrand would turn in the three collectors.
So this is what, whenever you finish the content, it would give you a little preview of the next content.
Yeah.
Every single one has this.
I know that spear. That's the one I found buried with the pumpkins.
Oh,
That's expanded on later.
Wait, hold on. Did she just break the fourth wall?
Yes.
Yeah.
They always do this at the end.
Pumpkins sort of remind me of... no, it's gone.
that's
Never mind.
The random goblin.
Okay.
In the ending title screens for at least A Realm Reborn, that goblin will show up all the time.
Oh, he
Okay.
shows up in all of them.
All right.
Yeah. He's
All of
great.
them.
He's just there.
So originally these were released
Episodically.
I was gonna say episodically, yeah.
Every
update.
couple patches.
Yeah. Still waiting
So
for
how
the next one, which
long?
Oh, and there's the best boy.
How long is this quest line? How long is the quest line I'm able to do right now?
The level 50 part is the longest of the stories,
Okay.
but
I think there is what 3 trials in the
yeah, there's
50s?
3. Wait. Yeah, there's 3 level 50 trials.
Was there a creepy bug sound in the stream? Yeah, it was the thing that went across the screen.
Yeah.
What was it called?
The flashcard or whatever?
Goblin.
Or the Coblin.
The Coblin?
Coblin.
Okay. Coblin. Sorry, there's something in my eye.
I always forget about the dragon's neck
Yeah.
instance.
Ellie
You're
wishes...
gonna enjoy.
Ellie's going to share her
part
latest
well.
discoveries with you. Perchance you are curious about the duelist's declared target. So happens I have identified the weapon in question. Oh, there's bugs in Fallout. Don't worry about it. The treaty blade is part of an Ishgardian noble's collection, or was, I should say. It has not been stolen. It's been purchased by an Ul'dan collector, the wife of a very wealthy merchant living in Vesper Bay. Suffice it to say, I'd be remiss in my duties as a reporter here were I were not to investigate her. And should the duelists strike while I'm not present, well, hope I needn't explain what a golden opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge, though. I am told she is a difficult woman to please. Fortunately, I am
went
also...
through Horizon.
Okay.
oh.
Fortunately, I'm also told
Because-
she's a fondness for rare flowers, the sort of Tootsie in Camp Drybone sells. You can come along if you'd like.
Because Vesper Bay is the Waking Sands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
So I already got a teleport. Also, your chocobo is withdrawn from battle.
that's fine. Hope you're enjoying some Fallout 4. Have more fun with it than I did. I think I need to start wishing people that. Have more fun with it than I did.
Wait, why did you go to the Wicked Sands?
Well, I went there because this is the next major story beat. Really, it's just you talk to people and then you get sent here.
Here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage. Give me those roasted nuts. Was it love for money that you killed him? It was you? Have you gone mad? That was his Almaja arrow in his back. I don't even know how to shoot a bow. Almaja don't shoot fleeing unarmed citizens. They capture and temper them. Now, not that you or your victim make convincing merchants. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put effort into it. Wear gloves, for God's sakes, or at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. The calluses on your fingers betray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So I ask again, was it because he took from you your share, or your sister? You don't touch a man's kin. He knew that, and he... Damn. I thought he did it for the money. You too.
You hate to see it.
He's all yours. Of course. Thank you for your help, Inspector. These inspectors don't exist outside of this storyline, it seems.
Nope.
No, the elf guy does.
Oh, okay.
He's in a different storyline.
At least he's competent.
Oh, he
but when
is?
did
I don't
investigating
remember.
crimes become such a...
in-
When did investigating crimes become
Lord.
such a popular profession? I'm like wondering here, like, how many people could possibly be... Nope, here you go.
It's like basically these two. That's it.
It's not his job. He likes doing it. Yeah, like me streaming. It's not his job. He does it. He belongs to one of Ishgard's... I can respect that. He belongs to one of Ishgard's high houses. Someday he's a baron. So this guy's a man with money that actually has ability.
He's the Moriarty to Hildebrand's Sherlock, basically.
the Edgeworth to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try not to think about Hildebrand.
Yes.
We should get going. Lady Dorilda will not take kindly to wilted flowers. Who?
You gotta go to Waking Sam.
If you still have those teleport.
Of course I do. I have 14 left. Eventually I will run out of them. And that'll be a sad day.
Through Horizon. You'll have to trek through Horizon like the rest of us plebs.
You won't have to go through that many more times. Fine.
Oh good. I hope it explodes. I hope it doesn't explode, but I hope it explodes. I want to see it happen. Present it to Dorilda. Where is Dorilda?
In the building.
In the building, you say?
Yeah.
In the Dorilding.
In
Yeah.
a building.
In a building.
He built.
Again, I was told for the last 20 who came before, you have come looking for work, you are too late. Even if I were in need of additional security, you would not deign to hire a common adventurer. Now remove yourself from my sight before I have you removed.
Yeah,
Hey,
this game's a bitch.
hey lady, calm down with some lavender. Do you really think I can be so easily manipulated? Present the right gift, speak the magic words, and you'd earn my respect. Well, you'd be right. What is more, a flower's beauty is fleeting. I value beauty that transcends the boundaries of time, everlasting, enduring, unchanging, like mine. Now get out. Forgive us, Lady Dorilda. We mean no disrespect. We were afraid that you would not heed our warnings otherwise. A notorious violent thief is plotting to steal the treaty blade. You fools, I shall come to claim the collector's blade, yes. I read the Mithril Eye. I know full well of whom you speak, and it is none of your concern. I have a legion of guards at my disposal. Should he try, I will have him seized or worse. And even if by some miracle he should succeed, he will not escape my wrath, for I have retained the services of a certain gentleman. But if you see for yourself, like every piece of my collection, he has been chosen with the utmost care. Now, look upon my peerless inspector, interlopers, and despair. Oh no, is it Hildebrand? Ah! Ships that pass in the night, a signal shown in the darkness. The lady cries for a guardian, and a gentleman must needs oblige. I swear to you, here and now, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall neither slumber nor sleep until the fiend who covets the treaty blade is brought to justice. There you go, buddy. Good sir, what brings you here? Are you coming to pursuit of the duelist as well? Or, perchance, pursuit of me? As if I would spend a single gil on insufferable, incompetent... To be fair, you're not spending a single gil on me.
It's our good friend!
It's everybody's favorite boy. The chance to investigate such an intriguing case is payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. Sorry I'm late. Busy solving a murder. Briardian, consulting inspector. At your service, my lady.
I think they have like a French inflection on their naming conventions.
Briardian.
The mountainous elves have French names.
The Ishgardian ones, basically.
Yeah.
So Briardian?
However you would pronounce it in French.
Briardian.
I think it's Briardien.
Conniving inspector. Consulting inspector. Rotting flesh
God, these
and
two play off each other so well.
rotting flesh and saltpeter. Hildebrand Manderville and Nashu Makaraka. I presume.
Makaraka.
Makaraka.
Is that not what I said? Makaraka. Two rank amateurs playing at a profession of which they know not. Call me when you're finished with these wastrels. Push a child over.
No.
That's her dad. You see, I do not need nor want your help. Briardian is more than capable of overseeing the transfer. Now get out, all of you. Mommy. And where have you been, Maria? And where is my vase? My vase? There is this thing. It was flying. And I dropped it in the water. I was so... That vase once belonged to the royal house of Thorn. Do you have any idea how much it was worth? You will go back outside right now and search for my vase, and you are not to return until you find it. Do I make myself clear? My lady, pray allow me to go in the girl's stead. It is not safe, for she herself spoke of a ferocious wild beast. With my unmatched investigative skills, I shall swiftly locate and recover the missing vase, thereby earning your respect. At which point you will gladly grant me permission to investigate the thieving duelist. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in its own intricacies.
Sure, let's go with that.
Not when spoken aloud. Oh! Oh! Miss Maria, would you be so kind as to tell me exactly what happened? Go get it! Get the nanner! Stop barking, barking!
You're doing the borking.
Would you kindly shoot this puppy? Would you kindly do this job for me? Would you kindly kill Andrew Ryan? Miss Maria, would you be so kind as to tell me exactly what happened? Huh? Oh! I picked up the vase and old doll like Mother said, and I was on the way home. I was crossing the bridge and the flying thing came. I got so scared I ran. When I stopped, it was gone, but so was the vase. I think I dropped it in Nafika's wells. Buddy, we can drop a lot of things in Nafika's wells.
Richard.
I want to go and look, but there is scared. She's got huge tracts of land. She's the goddess of bounty. I want to go back and look, but there are scary looking things down there. I'm scared to go alone.
I would say something, but he's not exactly wrong.
Yeah, correct.
You are no longer alone, Miss Maria. We shall go together and look for the vase. All 5 of us. Eee. Huh. All 4 of you. I'm going after Inspector Bryargen. If the duelist strikes, I mean to be there. Hey, we ain't in rapture. You're kindly. My phrases don't work. I'll try different key phrases until they do. Computer. Tea. Hot. But to Miss Ellie, how can you ignore the plight of a young girl for the sake of a story? That's my job, you imbecile! Well, we shall not be derelict in our duty to justice. Come, Nashu, we must away. Yes. You don't even know what the bloody vase looks like.
Land. Oh,
Maria, dear,
that chicken is green.
listen.
Yes, that chicken is indeed green.
If it gets dangerous or you feel afraid, you run into this adventure for help. You understand? Would you kindly make these key phrases work on you? Get stepped on, Dorinda.
Again, Mother of the Year, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Mother of the Year. Oh, this is in... This is
Yeah,
close
it's in the
enough I
same
could
area.
fly.
Yeah, it's in the same area.
I can just fly. We're gonna be hitting an ad in 2 minutes or so. So we'll be going to that real quick. I'll just be traveling and I'll stop. But we'll be back here on the Sandwichard Experience very shortly. You touch that dial, you will not smile. So don't leave. Steve. We're back here at the Sandwichard Experience. Playing more Final Fantasy XIV. I can't jump up this cliff to talk to this guy. To the merchant. Investigate Nafika's wells.
Yeah, Kendra, I would recommend not going any further because this is actually a really, really good cutscene coming up.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, where I am?
yeah,
Okay, I'll wait till Richard.
yeah. Wait for Richard to catch up. He's not that far behind.
Okay, I'm gonna make some popcorn.
Go do that. Can't wait. They put the corn in the microwave, make it real hot. Like a soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Flamboyant oaf. Well, hold on. This guy looks pretty suspicious.
Yeah, but what's that? What's that over by his right there, Richard? See that little green thing? What is that?
That's a basilisk.
No, that is a green chicken.
There's something else to it. It can't just be a chicken.
It is just a chicken.
Man, Gilgamesh fucking rocks.
Talk to him, man.
Pox upon that thieving demon bird. He lost to a chicken?
No, not that chicken. Well, not the chicken. There. That chicken is his traveling companion.
Okay.
Brendan messaged me while I'm in game. And he's
Yep.
like, what you doing? I'm like, we're doing the Hildebrand quest. And he's like, good luck.
Great. A pox upon that thieving demon bird. He shall rue the day he crossed paths with me. A vase? I know not what you... Ugh. Cursed is infernal refuse underfoot. Every point is a dagger. There is something at the water at the man's feet.
Why would you stab the chicken?
Do the people of this land simply toss their refuse in the river? Every step is agony. Also, I can't stab the chicken. I tried to click it, I can't. It was suggested to me, but I already tried it.
Who suggested you to stab the chicken?
Do I spy the treasured vase of Lady Doriddle of... Oh, dear. Shit. Does this belong to you, child? Forgive me, I was so engrossed in my search that I did not notice. Your search for what, pray tell? The demon bird has absconded with my weapon. I set it down for but a moment, only to see it in the talons of the accursed creature. I gave chase, following it to these waters. In my haste, I must have stepped upon your vase. Don't fret, Maria. I know it looks bad, but I'm sure Inspector Hildebrand will think of something. Huh? Yeah? Will you? Oh. But I already have my faithful assistant. Hearken to me now, for as the rising sun doth dispel the dark, so shall my solution resolve our dilemma. Oh! But first, we must gather as many fragments of the vase as we can find. That's one. Oh, they're all over here. Okay. Man, I'm having such a hard time finding all of these potsherds. You. I can't click on you, so I can't pet you. Don't talk.
Poop porn.
Very tasty and healthy too.
Poop porn?
Granny creams, hot butter popcorn. You take the hot butter, mix it with the popcorn.
Yep. Oh man. Tomorrow before you stream, you need to grab a new McFlurry from McDonald's.
Oh, the caramel popcorn one? I've had that.
How is it?
It's caramel popcorn and ice cream.
I don't want to. However, the character that I've made has been named Grimace14 completely by accident and not knowing that the Grimace meme was happening until the day I found it was happening was the day that I named a character.
You need to get a Grimace shake then.
And he's purple and white. So I guess I did accidentally make Grimace. His friends call him Grim, but these newbies, he's expecting them to call him Ace. Find that tomorrow. We're playing Destiny 2 tomorrow with Blue Wanderer, and it's Drizzle 007. Haha, it'll be cool. Come to present your findings, have you? Splendid. Let's have a look. Well done, my friend. This should be more than sufficient for our needs. He has performed miracles as well.
Who could he be talking about?
I get it. A shattered antique vase will not deter Inspector Hildebrand from his mission. There is but one person in all of Eorzea capable of reconstructing this vase. He uses a process called kintsugi, a man whose skill with a hammer has brought rival goldsmiths low, so breathtaking are his works. So fearsome, his competitive spirit. The man is no mere goldsmith.
Huzzah.
You speak of him as one would a great warrior. Once
The flamboyant oaf.
Once a notorious gang of thieves perpetrated a series of robberies in Uldar, targeting establishments with sold luxury goods. One such shop was owned by the humble lapidary of whom I speak. His shop was the last shop the thieves struck, so the following morning they were found beaten, bound, and gagged in the gold court. The brass blades never learned who was responsible. Only the information they had was the testimony of a thief who kept muttering the words, "The hammer. The hammer." He sounds dangerous.
Aye, that he does. And I do so enjoy the company of dangerous men.
He enjoys the company of dangerous men, you say.
But where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself.
It is indeed
I
Gilgamesh.
am Gilgamesh.
And that is my companion, Enkidu.
Well, not really. It has been many moons since I last saw her, so to ease the burden of loneliness, I tamed a rooster and painted it green. In any case,
It's literally just a green painted chicken. It's hilarious.
in any case, you need to search for this goldsmith, yes. It's so. It would be my pleasure to help.
The pleasure is all mine, Gilligan. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, bid you welcome.
By the way, yeah, he never mentions his name correctly.
If it's so hard for you to remember, I give you leave to call me Gil.
Excellent suggestion.
And Greg.
Excellent suggestion, Greg. Playful monikers are an effective means of building camaraderie. Call me Hildy. Now then, from what
This is why everybody calls him Greg.
Greg, the warrior, Greg. Hold on, I'm posting it in the Discord. Greg met Greg. All right, Greg. Greg Lamesh.
I kinda wish Mog was back just so he can be here for this.
Is this it?
This is a good cutscene coming up. Oh, it's good.
Now, Hildebrand doesn't have any voice lines himself, right?
There are no voice lines in the side quest at all.
Okay. I hope I'm doing him some kind of justice. Balrog says this is the new headcanon for him, so...
I mean, it's not bad.
It's a Doblin.
Alright. So now you just follow the carcasses.
Okay. So, inspect it.
The Doblin's wounds indicate it was felled by a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north.
There's only one person I know that uses a hammer. I don't think it's been dead long. Maybe whoever did it is still around. There's only one guy I know that uses a hammer.
Oh?
And that's Nero.
It's not him.
The goldsmith is not to be trifled with.
Can I... Please. Please. Can we stand inside this thing?
Why don't you just use your mouse?
The bloody basilisk's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints speeds to the north. It was a single blow to the head that killed it.
Damn, I'm a rock.
Very good. Follow the trail of destruction?
Follow it. Just follow it up the path. Keep going.
Okay.
It's Brandon. Found him.
Hi, Brandon. I don't know where you are.
He's right where I am.
Is he the guy right in front of us on the chocobo?
No, he's right where I am.
Oh. It's behind us.
Yeah.
All the way up there.
Oh, there he is. Gotta keep following. Just up the road here.
I wanted to move a little faster.
Oh, wait a minute. Shit, we passed it. What?
I have the marker like back where the other one was, so I don't know.
Did you investigate the corpse?
Yeah, I did. Of course I did. Ah, you know what? It might have pulled me out of it because I was in combat. Yeah. Don't make me drink a Grimace shake. I'm thinking about that now. Like, I don't have.
It's probably good.
We have. Well, Kendra, it can't be good. People are dying.
Are they actually dying?
Yeah, they drink it and die.
That
Haven't you
doesn't seem
haven't you
correct.
seen the memes? Single blow to the head. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about what I want to do if I do it.
Alright, now prepare yourself for this amazing cutscene.
I'll try.
All right. Oh, god damn it, I'm in combat. Thank you. What? All right, Hildebrand. You're so invested? I'm glad because I am too.
Prepare yourself.
The Dublin, the Basilisk, this Ahriman, all were slain with a hammer. As was that beast over yonder, unless I am mistaken. The Chimera must be its latest prize, which means he must still be about.
Yeah, remember that boss from Cutter's Cry?
Yeah, he did it one go.
Yeah. One hit. It's dead.
Mayhap he is watching us this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was never a cautious man when on the hunt. Forge me, Gilgamesh. Alas, it comes to this. Though every fibre of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What?
I can't even ask who this person is out loud because you're not there.
What must you do that is so terrible? I must dance. Oh, here it is. Here's the dance.
Well, not the dance I think we
I'm
should.
Amanda, Mandeville man, doing only what a Mandeville can. From the peaks of Corthus to Thanalan, Mandeville man.
So there's this Manderville dance, and then there's the Manderville Mambo, which you get
Right.
in
Haven't.
Stormblood.
Oh, damn! It's that far.
Yeah. The Mambo is the last thing you get from the Stormblood quests.
I cannot divert mine eyes. That is the dance, House of Mandeville, passed down from father to son.
Were I to perform it within the sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand.
Just in time, Mog.
My good man, I see so another solution. You must dance in my stead. Though it must be gross, nay, unconscionable violation of my family's traditions, I must bequeath to you the Mandeville. His family hates that I have to dance.
I'm like one step ahead of Richard.
And what do you think?
I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, that's about the regular reaction.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I almost just choked on my.
Oh, it gets better.
Don't show him the other dance.
Oh,
Oh,
the time
I've
is.
already shown him the other dance.
The time has come for you to do what only a Manderville can, and live up to his full life
Who is that
consequences.
gentleman in the picture, though?
It's probably Papa Manderville. We are siblings now,
The quest to find out.
my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Mandeville. Now you must use that knowledge, go to the fallen chimera, and dance like only a Mandeville can.
Wow. Can't believe that was a line.
You have to do the dance. I think you can just do Manderville. Or wait, did you just have to wait?
Well, there's even a weapon stuck in it still.
Yeah, that's the goldsmithing hammer.
Okay. It's tiny.
Yeah, it's for working with gems.
For goldsmithing.
How strong is this guy who killed this thing in one hit to a blow to the head with a goldsmithing hammer?
You're about to find out.
We'll see.
Also, I like how the quest description for this section is just summon the goldsmith.
Fancy yourself a Mandeville man, that you can do what only a Mandeville can. Lift your legs, put up your hands, be a Mandeville man. Mandeville! He
Come.
Become.
Oh.
The spear came out with the sound!
Yep.
Cutscene!
Mog, holy shit, you set that up without even realizing.
You have fought to fear me? Not at all. The only accounts I came to settle were with the Chimera.
Nice ass.
If you were not here by some coincidence... Oh, wait. If you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me, Godbert. Why else would you gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion, if not that?
So this is the guy that owns the Manderville sauce.
I was gonna say, this is his dad, yeah.
But more importantly, how in the hells did you learn the Manderville? If I did not teach you, then who? Huh.
The JoJo secret technique, run away!
You get in there.
Happy, Yoripikune.
By the grace of Thor, what sorcery is this? He yet lives.
Oh,
And by the way, no one knows that Manachil is alive. Because they just presume that he died in the
Yep.
calamity.
so then it has been 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been.
What has he been doing for 5? Just being a zombie for 5 years. Oy. His fucking faces.
The faces are the best part of this quest line.
He was flat stepping.
Yep.
Yes, 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 yes,
And
yes, 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 yes! Suplex!
imagine how much force we would
Yes! Yes, 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 again, again.
Oh, don't worry, that pose comes up a lot.
10 years, Hildebrand. 10 years since you left home, and 5 since I learned of your trip to Dalamud.
Yeah, he went to Dalamud.
How long were you planning to allow mother and father to suffer under the illusion that their beloved son was dead? Son, you are Hildy's father. God burnt goldsmith's a Mandeville man, smith things as only Mandeville can. Oil him up and give him a tan, fit for a Mandeville man.
Great.
Also, he like basically never wears pants, even when he's wearing actual clothes.
Yeah, they're always like shorts,
Okay.
like thigh shorts.
Please, father, cease your undulations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand. You're my real dad.
Nope.
This antique vase must be made whole once more for the sake of Miss Maria. Do you know why? Do you know why this is a really good cap off to what you were doing in ARR?
Why's that?
Because the stakes in ARR got so big that it was, oh, the fate of the world, fate of the crystals, fate of the whatever. Here, this is literally just like, there's a murderer going around. You need to fix this pot.
Yeah, fix his pot.
Just so, the stakes are brought so small and so low that like, it's the ultimate little side story of, look, you saved the world, have a goof off like 3-hour adventure, like you don't have to do anything.
Essentially.
Like this works because you had such high stakes. You can't keep bringing them higher because that's what they need to do with the DLCs. This is a good cap to be like, all right, victory lap. Have a funny moment.
Manderville was born from the writers fucking around while the previous iteration of the game was essentially dying.
Did Manderville exist in the end of that game?
Yes, he was actually a quest line in 1.0.
Yeah.
And he was the same thing.
Basically.
I presume I haven't seen any of the footage of those, but the writers just made him up to screw around and have fun with the game.
Yeah, and
that was
also
about them.
and to test the facial riggings.
Yeah, that.
Ah, I see. They pushed some technical limitation stuff with that and then tied it into, well, where is he now? Well, he went to Dalamud as it was falling down. He thinks he beat Bahamut. We can't prove that he didn't. We can't yet prove that he didn't.
We can't.
I like this guy. This antique vase must be made whole once more for the sake of Miss Maria. child. Okay. If anyone can do it, a Manderville man can, of course. Be a Manderville man.
Don't worry, little one. I deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement.
Does a bear shit in the woods? Drizzle. My friend Drizzle, thank you for tuning into the Sandwichard experience. Holy shit, that was fast. Hold on, he's a goldsmith. This is a pot.
Yeah, he's a goldsmith.
This is a pot. Also, I saw Drizzle come in. Hi, Drizzle. I'll give you a shout out real quick. Let's see what you're up to, dude.
Please let me flex.
Doing Phasma? Were you doing Phasmo tonight?
We've gotten a sandwich for you to take a look at.
We are playing this game right.
Is a jerk that changes the redeem price for the end my stream a sandwich? Am I a jerk when I've only brought it up an extra 1,000? I gotta start. I got eyes in my bag. Majora's Mask sound wasn't working? Okay. So you switched it up. Well, as long as you had a good time playing Phasmo, my dude. I know scary games aren't really your thing, but I hope you had a good time regardless. Yeah. So, I mentioned it before. I made an offhand joke about kintsugi. That's the art of reassembling things and making them more beautiful with inlaid gold in order to hold it together. Yeah, exactly. I love it as a concept. Making a piece more valuable, more beautiful, more important to you because you have fixed it yourself and made it physically more beautiful and valuable by adding liquid gold to it to keep it together is really cool.
Yeah.
I love that idea. But we're here, Drizzle. We're doing funny quests today. I'm doing voice acting, and I'm drinking a lot of water.
I give Matt and Brendan a performance while I was waiting.
Did you? Very cute.
Also, he's invoking Bargot the Builder, who is the patron god of craftsmen.
Also, Tauros. Hi, Tauros. I don't have a thing for you yet. So Tauros, God, Megaman. It's my favorite clip. Just it's very funny.
Hold your applause until the end. Byragot, guide my hammer.
Oh. Perfect!
Look how it sparkles in the twilight. How it radiance elegance. Would you all not agree that is a work of art?
Good day to you all.
Youth.
This is Toasty.
Hi,
speaking.
Toasty.
Mr. Sandwichard's AI companion.
I do hear you. Hi,
I
Toasty.
hope you are all having a wonderful day.
We're having a wonderful
As I
day.
suggest you also click on one of the other channel point rewards as well.
I agree. You should do that. Just hit all my buttons. I got a couple new ones on there too.
You've completely destroyed a priceless antique's historical value. Nonsense.
Someone has put on your favorite.
Granny creams, hot butter, ice cream. My dick's cream.
Nonsense. I have taken a dull, unremarkable vase and transformed it into something far superior. Hope you're paying attention, Hiddledy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer?
Taurus, I hope you like that.
Hildebrand is a trained goldsmith as well.
Father.
Comes up, but
Father,
Never comes up.
This is not my path. I am an agent of inquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need. Miss Maria is one such person. There are others too, innocent people whose weapons were callously ripped from the hands of
thieving duelist. I thought you'd put away such childish dreams. No matter. You'll understand in due time. No, I will not. I'm an inspector, father. I can be not
Will not
else.
understand.
He will not understand. I like everything you do. Can we be married? I'm already married, Toros. I have my wife on the stream right now. Say hi. Watching that happen.
In this game.
Saxophones?
Yeah, I have a saxophone.
Yes, saxophone!
You can change it to a sax.
I'd like a saxophone.
Change it to an electric guitar too.
Mr. Godbert, I'm a little girl, and I don't think she's gonna like it.
We've gotten a sandwich for you to take a look at.
I'm actually kind of surprised.
A small broad?
Why does the crafters have such high magic defense?
Oh, what's this back?
So that they don't die. So structurally, the small broad, I already know what this is too, which is very nice. Structurally, it's not a sandwich. It's kind of like an open-faced sandwich. So it's not like the traditional concept of what a sandwich is supposed to be. I know I still have the game up. I don't want to. I can't switch over. It's fine. I'll do that. Oh look, I have Gilgamesh on my screen over there. There we go. Back to the small broad. It's like an open-faced sandwich, right? So you got the bread on the bottom. So structurally, it's neutral because the ingredients are still within sandwich ingredients. So I would think it's kind of like a submarine type because it's close. It's close. It's already there, right? Like it's just missing another piece of bread and it'd be a perfect sandwich. So it's structurally neutral. It's not even structural or rebellious because it's still like a intent to have it with a bread. I love this music that's just bopping in the background too.
I don't like bards.
We cannot say for certain, can we?
Didn't realize there was a
Perhaps she will take a
metronome in this.
liking to this reimagining.
If an open-faced sandwich is a sandwich, does that mean it's a sandwich even though it's not a sandwich? Everything is a sandwich. It depends on its structure and ingredient level as to where we can place it on the sandwich axis.
Some varying degree of sandwich.
It's varying degrees of correct. 360 degrees of sandwich.
You spoke of a thieving duelist, did you not? It so happens I have something of a duelist myself.
You spoke of doctor. You spoke of scientist, did you not? Well, it so happens I'm something of a scientist myself.
If we were to cross paths with this fellow, I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against him. And Kidu as well, I should think.
At least take so long. It's a whole last song and by the time it's done.
I see you too possess a strong sense of justice. Full glad am I to have met you, Greg.
Richard, we've gotten a sandwich
Now,
for you
let
to
us
take a
return to
look
Vesper
at.
Bay and see how a vase is received.
Vesper Bay, you say?
What a coincidence! I shall be traveling there on business once I've finished gathering materials. Hang on, when we finish this cutscene, we'll get into more sandwiches.
Oh, I may think I may have seen the demon bird which took my weapon. Go on without me, I shall follow anon.
Ha ha! Manderville! Mog, you sent an important question. Is an atom a sandwich? No. Because an atom makes up what a sandwich is. An atom is like base 1 of a sandwich, which is why everything is a sandwich. The atom is the building block of the sandwich. I need you to understand this.
That's why I'm wondering if an atom is a sandwich, because if everything is a sandwich, that means they're composed of sandwich.
I'll tell you what, 2 atoms is a sandwich.
There's no filling. Wouldn't it have to be 3 atoms?
I guess it would have to be 3 atoms. Is air not a sandwich? Are you breathing sandwiches right now? What about a Quark? He's the best Ferengi I know about. He runs the bar on Deep Space Nine. 3 people can be a sandwich. 1 person is already a sandwich, but it's within the realms of radical sandwich anarchy. As you can see, as a Pop-Tart is a sandwich, so is a human. But 3 people can be a sandwich and in a sandwich. Where am I going next? Take that thing over to Vesper Bay, baby.
Going back to Vesper Bay.
I love Vesper Bay. Minophilia lives there.
Lived. They all moved to the Rising Stones, remember?
Then why am I coming back here?
It hasn't happened yet.
Yes, it has. They've moved to the Rising Stones.
Yeah, they fled already.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where in the west they were.
I've finished ARR completely now.
Like,
Oh,
you
okay.
wouldn't be able to do this quest
I finished ARR!
I thought you just had to complete the...
Nope, you have to
That's
complete.
right, for the...
You have to complete the
Oh, she
ARR
likes it.
100%.
Instead of the soup store, I'm the sandwich store. No, I'm not a sandwich store. This is Richard Sandwichard's sandwich school of sandwiches. I don't have a store yet. Actually, on
Wouldn't it be a deli then?
Blue Wanderer's stream, I have he's got daily journals. And in your daily journals, you go to places, you meet people. In the one that I submitted, I put 10,000 channel points in, and I got to submit one where it's like you come across this abandoned deli, but when you look through the window, you can see a man yelling at a piñata behind a green screen. So I get to put my point somewhere. You can't wait for the sandwich merch. Look, merch will happen one day. Merch is not my focus because I want to make sure that I'm playing good video games and having fun. I'd like to make money off of this at some point, but like it's not my goal to put merch up. You know, it's so low on my priorities right now. Plus, I'm not an artist. By the gods, you fucked up. What the fuck?
I like the vase.
What the fuck is this vase? This is a shit vase. Holy crap, you guys are incompetent.
Yeah.
Now see here, I need to fix this shit and you're an asshole. You put a young girl into considerable risk for money, like rich people do. Gaudy trash. Lord Manorville. I did not realize you had arrived. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You fucked up.
Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations and esteemed gentlemen my sisters of joy, I pray my humble abode meets your satisfaction. He's wearing tight shorts. You're right. You're right. You were right.
I told you, he doesn't wear pants.
You're right.
Would you not want to show off legs like that?
I kind of have legs like that. Oh, it does, my lady, it does indeed. Especially that exquisite vase over yonder. Although I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction. Your reconstruction? Oh, I don't like it. I love it. I would go so far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Thorn Dynasty collection. Fuck you, Dorilda.
God is not the fastest tonal shift you have ever seen.
I have
whiplash.
had professional clients act like this before, to the point where I had to tell this woman, Susan, to not treat us like children while we were on the job because she was micromanaging everything we were doing, and she had no idea what we were doing at all anyway. Like, this was like 15 times that we went on this job site. Drizzle, thank you for the butt. I always appreciate a good butt. This is like the 15th time we were on the job site. Like this is like, you show up for the show at 7 in the morning. You don't get out here until like 2. Like real cams, like 4K cameras with switchers and boxes and encoders and shit. This is like, I'm talking about my like old, like my history here now. It's great until you have to tell a woman that she needs to back off because she is not letting you actually do the job that you are getting paid for. And then she left the room, called one of our customer success people, and cried on the phone for an hour and a half because I asked her not to treat us like children. I didn't lose my job that day, but I was taken off that client for about 9 months.
Damn.
Which isn't really a punishment now that if you think about it.
No, I was the road guy, so I was going off to every other client and doing that stuff anyway. So it didn't matter. I was constantly busy. Also, Drizzle, I see you redeemed today's Garfield. Give me a second. I'm getting it for you, dude. Where? Where did I work, or where's the Garfield? Your feet cam? I don't have feet cam on anymore because so there was something you said yesterday on your stream that was very important. And you said, oh, I'm constantly mixing stuff up and changing things and taking things out. And I realized that my mom was like the only person that was redeeming for my feet cam as a joke. And I put it up as a joke and it kind of felt like a pity thing my mom was doing. And I'm like, all right, time to stop this. So I took it off. I'm allowed to.
No.
Has to have feet. My mom liked looking at my feet, I guess.
Weird, but
I think she just liked the concept of looking at my socks. But these days, also I will say it's the summer. I'm hardly going to be wearing socks, so it's only going to be seeing my feet. I wear for the most part, like in hot days, sockless socks anyway, like below the ankle socks. So it's not going to matter because they're not going to be fancy. I do have one pair that I can't find. It looks like bacon or like well marbled meat.
Ooh.
And I can't find that one right now, but I'll fit this to screen real quick. Here's our Garfield of the day. Contrary to popular belief, in the first panel, Garfield says. In the second panel, Garfield says, sometimes last is best. In the third panel, he says the last donut, the last cookie, and the last chip. And he's right. Another good banger, Jimothy Davis. Professional e-boy, Jim Davis. You might have missed the other thing I said last night, which was, let me see them feet. Okay.
Look at those legs. Your camera's making your pants look the same color as your legs. It looks like you didn't have pants on at first.
damn, that's a TOS violation.
There you go, bud. Also, thank you for the Tayo. That's from Boktai, one of my favorite games of all time. You should play it. It's on the Game Boy Advance out of the Solar Sensor. I could talk for hours about that game. Don't make me do that.
What a relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandevilles do so take pride in our work and ever strive for professional perfection. Oh, but why am I repeating what my son Hildebrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist thrusts? Enough expository banter, I say. I cannot recall if your son used those words, but I do remember thinking he'd be welcome.
I don't think he realized who he was at the start, so...
Fuck you, Dorilda.
Oh, this is a matter of money, status, and power? Oh, I have to just put my belly up. Please, Mr. Hildebrand, shower me with wonderful stuff. Fuck you.
Yeah, she's the quintessential rich woman.
She's a Karen.
Karen.
Yeah, she's a Karen. Wait a minute. Your father is Lord Godbert Mandeville.
She has a Karen haircut, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Your father's Lord Godbert Mandeville, the man who took Elion Quiveron's seat in the Syndicate?
Syndicate is the ruling body of Old Dub, by the way.
Well, they're
Essentially.
Yeah, Drizzle.
effectively the ruling body.
Yeah, Drizzle, what's up? It appears there have been a great many... Oh.
It appears there have been a great many developments over the last 10 years, of which I was completely unaware. You've been out for 5. You've only been out for 5. He has only been out for 5 years. You're so high right now? Hold on, let me join you.
Stream, bro. Absolutely. Like a
In any case, we must need to redirect our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist.
What if I just talk like this?
What if I just talk like this all night, Whistle?
What
if I do your Whistle? Yeah. Yes, it is me, the Monarch. Yeah, it's me, Doctor Professor Girlfriend. That's Mr. Dr. Professor Girlfriend to you. Oh man, Dr. Girlfriend's such a good character.
For real.
Like, Venture Brothers is a good show, man. In any case, we must redirect our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist. Our first order of business will be to review all the facts with consenting Inspector Briarden. Consent is important when you're investigating some people. Consent is important. Speak with Briarden. He was right outside. Drizzle, you don't tell me you love me. Nobody tells me they loves me. Not even my wife. My dog is licking my foot right now. And why are you still here?
Why am I typing him when I can just speak?
What about your wife and son? Yeah, Drizzle, what about your wife and son? What about your gray son? Your monochrome child? You literally, buddy. I have a daily Garfield redeem, and you literally have a cat named Nermal.
Telling.
You fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness, ease my troubles, and that's what I do. Oh, thank you, Drizzy. Well, this is why we're playing Destiny tomorrow, buddy. I'm fucking excited for Destiny tomorrow. Anyway, why are you still here? Allow me to elucidate. Lady Dorilda has asked that we assist with the investigation. Now kindly share with us all your information. Thank you for putting 2,000 points towards the Play Something Weird on Stream challenge. I got something fucking odd coming up next. That was Kendra's suggestion. So if Kendra's telling me to play it, it's going to be fucked.
What?
The weird game that's coming up next? We can put channel points towards it. That next one that's coming up?
Which one am I telling you to play?
I'm not going to say it on stream.
Yes, I do know which game you're going to play.
Yeah, doing the Vanderbilt dance. Never forget you're talking to the 5th grader who was founder and president of your town's fucking Garfield fan club. Drizzle, I have over 2,000 pictures of Garfield saved to my phone, all unique, no repeats. Like, buddy. I gotta do the dance.
What dance? Oh god.
The Vanderbilt dance.
You just have a millennial pause at your camera. Move your chair. Move your Freya.
I don't like that. It's so like it.
Doggos love play.
Okay,
I
okay,
don't like when he dances.
okay. So, the Manderville dance makes animals irate and they will attack you. Completely understandable knowing who Hildebrand Manderville is now. Oh, fuck. I got teeth on that. Honey, you bit me.
She don't like the dance.
She doesn't like when I dance. Give me all your information, bitch. Fine. Our plans have advanced to a stage that you couldn't even ruin them anyway. I commissioned several reproductions of the Treaty Blade through a merchant named Jojonpa, who traffics in counterfeit antiques. Yeah, okay. What if Jojompa's the I don't know yet. These blades have been delivered... Jojoba. The oil.
Jojoba.
These blades have been daddy oil. These blades have been delivered to the observatorium, where they've been being distributed amongst Lady Dorilda's sellswords. Once I give the order, they will transport them via alternate routes to Vesper Bay. This sounds like the beginning of New Vegas.
Yeah.
This sounds like the beginning of Fallout New Vegas a little bit.
All of mucus.
I think I get it. You're hiding the real transport with a bunch of decoys, right? He does the dance. Thank you. Can you throw that on my Discord? I would appreciate it. Everything has been accounted for. You are superfluous.
Oh, I can't wait to be done with this guy.
Love this guy. Mayhap we could use more small folk to watch the roads in and out of the observatorium, assuming you have the capacity to conduct yourself in an unassuming fashion. Fear not, my fellow inspector, for I am a master of disguise. Have you any information regarding the duelist himself? A description? You never thought to ask Humphrey, did you? The thief is said to be a towering brute dressed in red who wields a halberd. A man so garishly dressed should be easy to find in snowy Coerthas. Then I don't suppose we need your help, do we? Come or don't, I couldn't care less. Be seeing you. Bye! I'm Hildebrand! I could cosplay Hildebrand. Kendra? I could cosplay Hildebrand. Pray forgive my lateness. Greg, my good man, what pleasure to see you again. We just received new information regarding the weapon thief. A victim described him as a halberd-wearing brute dressed in a ridiculous outfit. A ridiculous outfit? Oh, I am intrigued. What reasons would a warrior have for wearing impractical clothing? Ha! What reasons indeed. It is enough to make a gentleman laugh. Is Gilgamesh the guy we're looking for?
Gilgamesh.
Is Gilgamesh the guy we're looking for? Because he had a... Was it a spear or was it a halberd? Because I said it was like a spear that had a gun, and I don't remember what weapon he was using. Spoilers for the Hildebrand quest line. Go to Coerthas. They make ice cream there.
What?
They make ice cream there.
Where?
At the Coerthas. Twitch is gonna put me in an ad right now, so we'll be back in 3 minutes. Don't touch that dial. We will not smile. We're just gonna meet you back at the thing. We'll just do traveling in the meantime. I'll see you in a minute. Bye.
That I work for his Carl with K.
We're back at the Sandwichard experience.
I want to do that stupid llamas and hat voice.
Carl, that kills people. Hey, you were playing that? Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll go back. You're done. You didn't get it. Are you okay? Are you happy? Good job, you won.
Oh, drizzle my nizzle.
Kendra! You can't call him that.
Yes, I can.
His name's It's Drizzle 007.
You plotted me, okay?
So it would be then It's Nizzle 007. Bless.
Bless.
Oh, speaking of bless, happy Eid Mubarak. It's Eid al-Adha right now. Steel. Shout out to Steel if you're here.
Muslim or you really like yummy food.
Yeah, there you go. Stretch. Dating this episode when it happens. My stuff's usually evergreen, but hail to thee, fellow servant of justice. I take it you are one of many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade. Clearly you've mistaken me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They're with us, more small folk. Keep an eye on them, or else. But I, sir, bugger me. Don't you bloody move until I get back. Yes? I'm talking to Hildebrand. I say, is this land always so hospitable? Inhospitable. The biting winds, the endless snows. Mayhap keeping active will help me to stay warm. Or when should I chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you after administering the requisite beating. Gilgamesh, you're chasing after yourself. Because your whole thing is conquest is power. I love Gilgamesh. I'm good, you're still... Wait, you had another one. Ah, you speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before your arrival, full eager to catch the thief, as are we. Come, Nashu, we too must answer the call of duty, modern warfare too!
No.
You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with my man near the east gates? We're undermanned over there. My man! Let me check with the delivery Moogle, because it says I have a letter. Look what we have! A letter for you, Kupo. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy. Here's pants. Oh, these are all not good. Wait, are these... Hold on, wait.
These are Cloud Strife stuff from Advent Children.
What?
Yeah.
Why did he
Really?
get them?
Veteran reward, basically for paying for such an amount of game time.
You should have that then, too. You don't have a letter?
No.
Yeah.
You don't have a little letter thing on the top of your...
Yeah, we subscribed on the same day, so unless it's tomorrow.
Stupid. I said no.
Is it for paying or is it for playing, like signing in?
Kendra's played more than me. You might be tomorrow. I don't remember if we did it the same day or if you did it the next day.
We did it the same day.
I don't know what to tell you then, dear.
Oh wait. Pay you for it? I think I did it after.
Okay.
Yeah, paying for it.
Because I remember that we had to invite you to stuff, and it's fine. But that's... We're worked out. We're there. You'll get your thing probably tomorrow, and then you'll be able to wear Cloud's outfit from Final Fantasy VII Adventure.
I really don't care.
Neither do I. I don't like Final Fantasy VII.
I would be more excited over like Aerith.
Give me... Yeah, that's the one thing I like at all about the
Or
remake.
Tifa.
Well, I don't care.
I don't think they have those outfits.
At all? Rude.
I don't think so.
Imagine-
I don't remember if they're on the Mog Station, but I don't think they are.
Two of their favorite ever characters and they don't get anything.
Good evening to you, sir. My name is Cimarron, and I represent the entrance of the Adventurers Guild here. No, wait, I don't need this. This is 11 meat. Why am I talking to this guy?
Yeah, don't talk to him.
I gotta talk to not
talk to
Hildebrand
that
over
scrub.
there.
What are you doing?
I know, I wanted to see what she was doing.
She's just looking.
I love the little Koopo Moggy sounds. You see that just now? I don't think my eyes were playing tricks with me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. Inspector! Over there, look. What is it, Nashu? Pray, tell me what you see.
I see you, demon bird. You will not escape me this time. Why, hello, my friends. Is aught amiss?
Get the bird. Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment I thought you might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu, we have lingered over here over long. We must egress post-haste.
This quest is really long.
It was episodic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
Quest lines in AR in the Realm Reborn are the longest of the quest lines.
Yeah.
Drizzle, when are you playing more Final Fantasy XIV?
There's 3 separate sub like episodes in this one. 3 or 4, because you already did the 1, and this is technically 2. Every time you see a title card.
Yeah, every time you see one come up, you've ended a thing.
Yeah, you've ended 1.
There is naught out of the ordinary here either. Look at those shoes. No luck, We've scoured every ilm of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Inspector Hildebrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding. Or perhaps he's patiently waiting outside the walls for the wagons to leave. That being said,
Just chasing him everywhere.
should you decide to venture into the wilderness, you'd best arm yourself with more than your wits. I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary. I'll fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use. By the 12. It's the same... By the 12. Is that the same spear that propelled me to the Red Moon? Wherever did you find it? It was buried in the snow. Well, one cannot ignore the wheel of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. This spear took him to the moon? And they found it, and they just keep tripping over weapons?
Well, no, remember, that was the spear Greg had earlier,
It
remember?
was the spear Greg had, so where's that chicken? Though I will still endeavor to avoid fisticuffs, I will be duly armed should worse come to worst. Now, we begin our search for the duelist to the east of the observatorium. Hi, Gilgamesh. He doesn't even see. So the weapon that Gilgamesh has is the weapon that took Hildebrand Manderville to the moon.
Apparently.
The Moonderville. To Dalamud. To Bahamut.
Yeah, down with the Red Moon.
A spear did that? Like, I can't even do that, and I'm a dragoon. Wait, hold on. Can I jump to the moon yet? Don't answer that question if it's a spoiler.
Oh, can we do this next thing as a group?
Huh?
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
Sorry,
I mean, what?
So good. Wherefore art thou my nefarious nemesis?
'Twas not the self-same creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon is close by. You sense it too, don't you? You feel it too, don't you?
Aww. Oh. The fucking Grugux King walking over the background.
Gobu.
Yeah. Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why do you covet this weapon so?
If you but beheld it, you would understand. In some ways it bore resemblance to a spear, but in other respects it was quite different. It was crowned by a magnificent axe blade, to which was welded a musket barrel. It was one of the first weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. Ah, how I yearned to reclaim it. The strongest of spears.
Can I get that?
You might be able to get something that's similar modeled, but probably not.
Okay.
There aren't any Garlean weapons that you can get.
Oh,
to my
right.
knowledge.
I mean, that's kind of
Oh shit.
a missed opportunity.
I know, right?
That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to the strongest of spears.
I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious.
Oh, now you call me Shirley.
Yup. That's an airplane
Fucking
reference.
airplane, yeah.
No matter. Give it to me. Give it to me.
By the way, take a wild guess at what that sphere's name is.
I
Surely.
don't know this. What is it called?
That sphere's name is Gungnir.
Gungnir?
Yeah.
Did it because it has a gun?
Yeah, I get it.
Yes.
This
Also, it's supposed to be the play on
Gungnir.
Odin's spear.
Yeah.
Odin's spear.
Gungnir.
This spear and I have traveled together to the very heavens. I will not relinquish it again.
This spear and I have bested many a man together. I will not relinquish it again.
I'm a chicken. Then we are at an impasse.
Oh, we got Belsaria. Viewing cutscene.
Oh! This is like kabuki theater.
Yup.
Yeah, yeah. That's what Gilgamesh's design in this game is based on. It's designed in most games, I think.
From 3 onward,
This is-
I want to say?
Yeah, but this just the fact that like that they're doing it at me, like they have the physical space to actually do it with Gilgamesh this time instead of it just be like him portraying like the design of a thing. Like they can do it. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really cool. This is really cool. I can't believe I'm saying this, but well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we've caught the weapon thief in the act. Miss Ellie, you are grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man who I'm certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Except for right now.
Indeed, I have not. Every weapon I have claimed was by rights mine.
Yes.
Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in single combat.
Yeah, right. Oh.
I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him. A confession to what? I have not done wrong. Bah, you are all beyond reason.
Oh. Ah, yes. My plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be the coup de grace. I can't tell if this is a cover or if he's actually doing this.
Well, my plan is thus far flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impassable. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't. So let's not mince words. Only you have the skill to face this duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will likely not suffice. I suggest you muster what allies you can.
Oh, this is an instanced fight at the end of this. Okay.
Not an instance fight.
Or not an instance
Well, it is
fight.
instant, but
It's a
not
trial.
solo. Yeah, that is an it's not a solo instant. It's a
Yeah.
group instant.
It's a trial. An 8-man trial.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what this means. Is this the end of this, though?
I think this is the end of this quest series.
The end
Okay.
of this chapter, I think.
Okay.
I think there's like one or two quest things afterward, but it's just like how the other one ended. Also, look at him.
Yeah. Can you step off him so I can get thank you?
Sorry. Pardon me.
Look at that man.
Nashu, Miss Ellie, my good man, it is a relief to hear your footfalls. As you've doubtless deduced, I was unable to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you.
You ready for this trial?
How do we get 4 more people?
Duty finder. It'll just randomly pair us with them. It might take a while because this is an older quest, but also that's a big bridge.
Brendan wants to.
Yeah, this is a really big bridge. Yeah, Brendan can join. That'll be 5.
Are you able to invite? Are you able to invite him to the party?
Yeah.
He's on your friends list, so you should be able to.
Well, it's saying for me to invite the company, not for.
Yes, it was I behind those doors the whole time. You took so long to arrive, I was getting worried you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was. A silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. At last, I understand. We were fated to duel, you and I. Best me and you may have the spear. Fail and your weapons are forfeit. Fair terms, do you not think? I will even extend them to your allies. Nay, I grant you leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage. Come fight me, bitch. For Gilgamesh, it is beginning time!
Yo! He's huge!
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. That's a big chicken. Yeah, me too.
It's not letting me invite.
Give me a sec.
You can just barely see your eyes in that cutscene when he
Yeah,
looks up.
just
It's because Richard is the party leader.
Yeah.
It's because I'm in
Richard
a.
has to invite.
It's because I'm in the
Do you
cutscene.
have him as a friend
Battle on the big bridge now accessible.
Yes, the trial is battle on the break bridge.
And Mandeville is
Now,
still
here's a
just
question.
there.
What do you think the music playing is gonna be?
Oh God.
It's gonna be Manderville.
Kobayashi, yeah? There it is. Alright. He's going in as, I assume, Paladin?
What do we have?
3 DPS, 2 tanks, so we just need another DPS and 2 healers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what are we all playing?
Yeah, he's coming in as
Because I
paladin.
don't know the symbols yet. I'm Dragoon.
I am Samurai.
Okay.
Mog is a gunbreaker. The friend,
Mm-hmm.
what'd you say his name was?
Brendan.
Brendan?
Paladin.
He's a paladin.
Look at him.
and Kendra is a bard. Ooh, that was fast.
Oh, that was fast.
Well, we do have 2 tanks in the party.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking it was gonna take a while to get some healers.
We just need one more DPS, apparently.
Yeah, we're just waiting on the one
just need to
DPS.
accept.
Yeah. Chances are they're not going to though, because there it goes. I usually find out if it hangs like that.
Is the chicken an ad?
The chicken is a part of the fight, yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Let's
God.
go!
That music.
Oh, Brendan says for you to do it.
Okay.
Because he's
This music rocks.
This is Battle on the Big Bridge from, you know.
FFXIV.
Yeah.
This is very cool.
Oh yeah, you'll occasionally turn party members into frogs.
I love that.
You have to run from Enkidu.
Oh yeah, he's gonna drop and then he's gonna pop back up.
I lied.
I was about to be like, who's Patricia? I was like, who's Pat Risha?
Run to the bomb!
Watch over the bomb.
Remember something.
This is fucking really cool, actually.
I love this fight.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Let's go.
Look, there's more chickens!
Oh shit.
I must say, I'm quite enjoying this battle. I feel we've gained an understanding. How you silly?
Oh no, I'm mini.
Did you just say rocket punch?
Yes.
Yeah, an ability, rocket punch.
It causes confusion.
Yeah.
Well, it surely did cause confusion.
I was attacking Matt.
Yeah, and I'm attacking you. Oh, it wore off. I thought it was still on for something reason. Oh, I'm a toad.
I did a good backflip. Oh, I'm attacking Arya Crown Guard.
Game is this friggin' fight, man.
This fight's really cool.
It's unfortunately a bit. It's unfortunately really
Nope.
short though.
Yeah.
'Cause that's it.
That's very cool, though.
That's fun.
Well
It is quite a fun fight.
And it's voice acted.
Yeah, the voice acted too.
Yeah, I think Gilgamesh is the only character in the entire Hildebrand questline that gets voice lines.
Yeah, I think so.
That's enough of a beating for now. Whoa, whoa. Oh my god.
Nope.
Yeah.
You can only do so much. I got 10.
It's his companion, Enkidu.
You got 50 tombstones of poetic for that fight.
I got 10.
For doing it for the first time.
Yeah.
You get a first time bonus.
Alright. Let's speak with Briard. Alone yet still armed.
Yeah,
In
Vesper
any
Bay, and then that's
case,
end of the quest line.
he seems satisfied with the halberd. Let's proceed with the delivery. End of Vesper Bay. And we can go to bed.
Heyo.
Yes.
More like Vesper bed.
The next one is the Colosseum one, right? That's the next
I
story?
think so. I don't remember, but I think so.
I think it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna
That's
head
a good
out.
one,
Actually.
too.
I need to go to bed.
Is it going to be long enough to do another Hill stream like next week for it?
Yes.
Okay,
Almost
cool.
Definitely.
Wow. Okay. All right, Durelda.
Again, these are long quest chains in
In Realm Reborn.
This is your victory lap. Like this is.
It is.
You get this goofy, fun story.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
For some reason, Richard, where you're standing, your tiny rat is over behind the giant rock.
Take a screenshot. 'Tis more magnificent than I imagined. We'll make a fine addition to my collection. I'll buy it at a high price. And she just leaves with it. Kiss. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? No, it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief.
Right, I put the picture in general.
Thank you. There you are, Inspector Briarden. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Yeah! 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 Classic espionage move.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Later, Mog.
See you later, Mog. Holy shit. Classic bait and switch. Very good. Didn't we just give you it? Huh. They're gone. A mask.
Look at that face.
A facial texture with 0 eyes. Disguise yourself as a client and let the treaty blade come to you. Taking an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he always issued his challenges in person. Ah! Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. Huh? Oh.
Oh, he's so savage. It's great. Also, he does the glasses.
He pushes him up.
Yeah.
Hi.
If the man in red did not send the challenge, then who did? Me. Yeah! The Manderville secret technique.
She's dozing off. Misses him. In his forehead.
Ah!
Yup.
Haha, get fucked. My dad's coming after you. Looks like...
Actually, no joke, you do not want Godbert Manderville to come after you.
Oh, good. I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briardian.
Damn, he did that one on purpose.
Piss off.
400 years I've slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours be mine. I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue.
Oh, no, not the Colosseum one next.
A many-faced phantom thief?
Okay, this next one takes place in Costa del Sol. Okay. Then it's the Colosseum one, I think.
Design and wording are all the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this. Well, duh. Oh. Oh.
He's completely lost.
Very, very well. I, and I alone, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, will once more accept your challenge. Oh. Are you gonna say something? Kiss me. You want a challenge? Stand face me, you buffoon.
Oh man, I love his little eye twitch he does.
It's very good. Ah. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha 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 ha. I am a child.
Yes, he's a child that's laughing for the first time.
Yeah, ever. Yeah, ever. How dare you all laugh at a time like this after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen? Oh, Dorinda, you suck. And you, Maria.
Give her a moment.
I suppose it is a little funny. The two of them dashing to and fro.
She's seeing her child laugh.
A pair of gentleman mummers. It's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head into the city later, you and me. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all.
Yeah, it is Costa del Sol.
You are indeed a Manderville man.
Costa del Sol is okay. The next one after that is based in the Colosseum in Olda, and that one is fantastic.
Mark my face, O phantom of many faces, for it is the face.
Yeah, once you finish the Costa del Sol one, you'll probably know why I think the Colosseum one is really good.
Completing a delicious.
Also, you got elixirs for that.
Got some elixirs. Completing a delicious, succulent meal of Hildebrand quests. Up next, a fiend dares lay claim to the fair maiden's virtue. A seeds of jealousy quicken with an inspector's soul. Can true love bloom on this battlefield? With this Manderville man find his Manderville wife, Hildebrand will return in a case of indecency. Yes, I will play Destiny in like 20 hours with you, Drizzle. I do. I will want to. Oh, there it is.
Are you like starting from the beginning in Destiny, or are you?
We're starting new characters. There he is. What's with the goggles those men were wearing? They look special. If I ask nicely, will they give me a pair? Is that in reference to people wanting like the goggles that like Ida and like Papalymo get and not being able to get them?
No, it was referring to, you know, the scene where it had the little Lalafell guy and the guardsman behind him? Those guardsmen had goggles on.
Okay. Well, I want a pair of goggles.
I was referring to those. I think you can get some?
Who are you kissing?
Clearly he's preparing to kiss his Manderville wife. Anyway, I logged off as well already.
Okay. So then we'll hold off for now.
Yeah.
We can log.
You could probably get through this one because there is a trial in this next one, I think. No, not this one, the next one, the one after.
What are you saying to me, Brendan?
So I think it goes that there's the one quest line, and then you have another quest line with a trial at the end. And I think it goes that 3 times, so there's 6 quest lines.
Okay. So we got a little while to go still.
5 or 6 quest lines.
I can't
Each
log
of them are
out.
Ending with yeah, because you're not in a safe area because there's no aetheryte around. Like if you went to
That'll do it.
Horizon, you would have just been able to log out instantly.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can also apply glamours while you're around an aetheryte, which I actually didn't know.
That's good, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and our non-binary pals to the east and the west, we have completed some Manderville questline tonight. We're gonna go to bed, but not before we raid out to somebody. Thank you for tuning into the Sandwichard experience tonight. I very much appreciated it. This is a very cool questline. I'm very happy to be part of it. Drizzle, I see you. I'm happy you're here. Let me shout you out again and play another clip from Drizzle, my boy Drizzle. I'll play clips from Drizzle all day.
And then you need to hydrate 4 times in a row.
If you're not following Drizzle, you're wrong.
If you're not following Drizzle, you're wrong.
Oh, my first hydrate.
Haha, Drizzle. Good job. Can't drink from a cup. No, I'm kidding. If you're not following Drizzle, you should be following Drizzle. Truly, honestly, deeply. Thank you.
That picture of the watermelon reminds me of the meme where it's like, is this a chihuahua or a blueberry muffin? One of those looks like.
Our goblin sibling earlier said it looked like Luma from Rosalina and Luma from Mario.
Huh?
From Mario.
Audio.
By the way, what do you think of Mario RPG getting a remake?
I think it deserves it.
I'll play it.
I think it deserves it.
Is it multiplayer?
No.
No,
It's
you've ever played Super Mario RPG?
I could just play regular. I could just play the original. Like the remake isn't. I don't think it is going to add anything substantial. And if it does, it's still.
I mean, it's just gonna be updated graphics and probably a very similar story.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people are just fangasming over the fact that Gino's back.
Yeah.
Gino?
Everybody loves Gino.
Everybody loves Gino because of the one game he was in.
Yeah, the one game he was in.
Well, he made a cameo in one of the Mario and Luigi games, but that's it.
Who are you reading?
We'll raid out the King. He's playing Call of the Lamb right now.
Yes, yes.
But thank you everybody for tuning into the Sandwichard experience tonight. My name was Richard Sandwichard, and you were still looking beautiful. Tomorrow we're going to be playing with Drizzle and Blue Wanderer. We're going to be playing Destiny 2. Get my raid command in there. You were just part of a raid to King? That's funny. Let me gnome King today. That's fine. You could use those emojis and send them into the raid. That'd be fantastic of you to do. Come play Destiny with us tomorrow. It'll be me, Drizzle, and Blue Wanderer, 8:30. It'll be fun. I'm playing as a cool guy, a robot. Does anybody have anything to say before we go? Kendra.
Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it.
Beautiful.
Matt?
You all look great today.
It was fun going through this with you.
Love you too, Jersey.
Your reactions were what I expected, honestly.
Good, absolutely.
Because the Manderville quest lines just get better as they go on.
I can't wait for the next ones. It's going to be very fun.
Here.
So, with that, as a friend quoting a movie once said to me, "Hasta lasagna, don't get any on ya." We will see you tomorrow with Destiny. Bye-bye. Bye. It's a head of King for me. Bye.